Hi Icing, hi Yoru, hi Enter. Hold on, let me load one in the background because it's a browser. So apparently the one that why Icing? The one that uses what is it called? Tabletop sim. I got it to work apparently. But I don't know if I'll play it on stream. I don't know if I have time to play on stream. Because I have 3 VNs to play today. 3? 3? 2? 1, 2, 4. 4 VNs to play today. I'll pick one that's like 10 minutes. Get to take. But it's the board Icing is on a board. They're not actual girls. They're cardboard. They're like 2D but in 3D space. I want my 2D girls on a 2D plane space. Yeah, anyway, we'll play colorful and fettered capitalism. I think it's fettered. I don't know. I don't know English. Okay, anyway. You guys, is audio muted? Yeah, audio is muted. Also, I'm gonna maximize text to speech because I am extremely tired. I have only gotten yeah, let's keep it at that. Yeah, I'm tired. Let's just keep it at I'm tired. Yeah, so I'm gonna maximize text to speech if possible. Wait, let me capture. This one? This one? Yeah, this one. Is there no audio? Is there really no audio? Thank you for the redeem, Zara. Yeah, let's just keep it. I'm tired. Because I say any much more, you guys will complain. The thing is, I have dinner tomorrow, so I don't know if I have time to stream tomorrow, and apparently Friday I have a collab. It looks like I'm gonna push Dredge another week. Okay. Dredge isn't real. I know, I planned it and then I cancel and then I planned it and then I cancel it again. It's so annoying. Is that audio? Let me check if there's audio. Is there audio? Is there audio? Is there audio? I don't think so. Okay, we'll go for like, I don't know, 2 minutes with audio without audio and see if there's audio or not.
Self-voicing enabled.
Okay, at least
Preferences.
that's there.
Self-voicing disabled.
Oh wait, this is done by the Japanese team, I think. Yeah. It's written in both Japanese and English. Obviously, we're going for English because you know I can't read kanji. I can't read kanji at all. Okay. There's audio? Okay. It's been several days since it began. If I had to say what it was, it would be something somewhat troubling to me as a god. There we go. And that's how it all went down. It's getting late. When I'm with you, time sure goes fast, huh? By the way, have you been feeling bad lately? Not really. You really don't look well. Did something happen? No, nothing. Oh, I guess it's fine if I tell you. The art looks really, really cute. It's about my faith. You aren't getting enough faith? You're not going to disappear, are you? Wait, Shimata's a god, right? I think, is Shimata a god in terms of species? Because, you know, I don't know character pass She's the god of the market. The god of the marketplace? What do you mean marketplace? Like legit marketplace? I won't disappear. I'll be fine, so don't worry too much. Why is this happening now? I'm still not sure what exactly is going on. Maybe it has something to do with the recent changes to the ability cards. Takane was right. The appearance of the ability cards had changed. The cards had taken appearance of a rainbow pattern and a message supportive of LGBT rights written on it. Clearly, this is an incident, isn't it? She's the god of special events in marketplace. Ah, okay. Clearly, this is an incident. It's a good incident, isn't it? At the time, I have no idea how that would affect my faith. Anyway, I'll do something about it. So Takane, please smile like you always do. You look better with a smile on your face. That is not a smile. That's a, I don't know, really like a sad smile. Okay, that's a smile. Yes. When I look back at it, it seems obvious, but I was in love with Takane. However, I couldn't bring myself to confess. Why is Kanako doing that pose? Isn't this like, what's that pose? The X, yes, you cross your arm exposed. I mean, aren't getting enough faith? That's a problem, but it's not surprising given the circumstances. Yes, I thought someone such as yourself would be able to help. I see. You're a goddess of the marketplace, right? Oh, you were right, I see. Yes, the coffin pose. Have you ever heard of something called rainbow capitalism? No, I haven't heard of that. I'm repeating what I heard from Sanae. To put it simply, it's a mixture of aspect of LGBT pride in the marketplace. What? There's no doubt this phenomenon is having an effect on you, and an embodiment of the marketplace itself. It's likely this incident began when rainbow capitalism began to disappear from the no, LGBT disappear from the outside world. God damn it. She got small hands. I guess it's the art, yeah. The art does draw her hands pretty small. LGBT pride. Don't forget about the capitalism part. It seems like exchange in the marketplace is still required for maintenance of your faith. Certainly, with this new phenomenon, there will be new rules, but what kind of rules they are, I do not know. Oh my god, she's doing that pose while looking away. It's so awkward. I think I get it. I'll try holding a marketplace that pushes LGBT pride. Do you think that would be enough? This all can't be that much of a big deal to begin with. Perhaps. We, the Murat gods, come to being and someday vanish. We have quite the fleeting existence, don't we? Oh, my apologies for such impolite remarks. I will let myself disappear. I see. Thank you for your advice. I'll take my leave now. Take care. After that, I tried to make LGBT pride a trend at the marketplace as I discussed with Kanako. I kept on pushing it, but no matter how much I tried, my faith did not return. If things kept going this way any longer... That's a very blue Nitori. Not kidding. I guess is that why you want to get back her faith? Speaking of business patron, my regulars can't seem to make heads or tails of all the rainbow patterns. Oh, I saw customers who were confused as well. What a bother. It'll be nice if my business can run more smoothly. Oh my god, Nitori's throwing hands, guys. Believe it or not, it's a problem for me too. Why? Oh, it's nothing. Anyway, keep out the good work with your business. Got it. Anyway, what's up with the ability cards exactly? I spoke to the goddess of the mountain, so I might have an idea. What is it? It's a secret. Leaving that aside, let's enjoy this rainbow capitalism together. Shimata, you seem happier than usual. Yeah, everything will work out fine. I was lying to myself here. Ah, that's good to hear. I haven't seen that accursed Yamawaro lately. Did she go missing or something? What? She even bought a bunch of my merchandise. How suspicious of her. Besides, she always seems so lovey-dovey when she was with you. Did something happen? When was the last time you saw Takane? Later that day. Takane, what are you doing here? Shimata? That's me, I finally found you. If you're still around, then you must have gotten enough faith. No, I haven't solved that problem yet, but I'm glad I could be with you again. Glad? How can you be glad given what's going on? Why were you hiding anyway? I messed up. When I heard Chimata was holding another market, I started buying as many cards as possible. But no matter how much I bought, it wasn't enough. And then, I had to take out a high interest loan to buy the cards. No, she's in debt, guys. It was from the Kiketsu family. Oh no, but it doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. What are you saying? You're gonna disappear soon, right? So it would be better if I just forgot all of our time together. Perhaps. But still, after all you've done, I owe you everything. You're as hard-headed as always, aren't you? Just like you were during the black market incident. I did not know what happened in the black market incident. Like, I didn't play that series, so I'm like, blank. Gets a good look shark. Guys, she's in debt. Is it Nitori? Yukio Minecraft? I always like that about you. So please, I want you to listen to my last wish. Let me tell you my feelings. I don't like it when she does this pose. It's so depressing. Something along those lines. Yu-Gi-Oh! Minecraft. What the heck? I'll allow that much. That was the first time I ever held Takane. Only a few moments ago, she had said such harsh things, but she felt so soft in my arms. What? There was no art of them hugging? No! Wait, your ability cards. Did their ownership just get transferred to me? It seems like it. Even more, my faith is coming back? What's going on? Eh? Really? But hold on. It's love. In this marketplace, instead of money, it's love that is exchanged. That's how I can get faith. It was love all along. The power of game. I see. If that's true, then I guess love can be precious resource as well. That's a funny way to put it. But why did you wait so long to confess? Well, you've always been so full of kindness, and you're so dependable. I felt like nothing I could do could ever compensate for that, and that kept me from ever saying anything. You are a goddess of the marketplace. And so the rainbow capitalism incident was resolved. It felt like a strange incident, yet I wish it could have lasted a bit longer. By the way, about that high interest loan, we decided to take care of it eventually. With what? A gun? After all, when I'm with Takane, I can do anything. With a gun, right? Right? With a gun? Yeah, that was a short, cute story. It really was 10 minutes. But they took out the loan with a gun, right? I'm pretty sure. Doesn't Takane have a gun? Yeah, Takane is the one with the rifle, right? The airsoft rifle. Yeah, I remember. That's the one thing I remember about Takane. She has a gun. So they did solve it with a gun. Wait, isn't Takane the one with the gun? Right? I'm not tripping, right? Takane has a gun, right? Right. I'm not tripping. Right? Hold on, I need to... Touhou Takane. She has a gun? Oh no, she doesn't have a gun. No, but she was part of the... Yamawaru who was playing Airsoft, right? So I'm pretty sure the Airsoft people had a gun. She appeared in one... Where was it? Manipulator's Forest Key, Yamawaru. Yeah. If you read, I think it was Forbidden Scrollery. Was it? No, if you read Wallenhorn Hermit, yeah, some of the kappa when airsoft hunting, and then they had a gun, so it is canon. Hi Blues, welcome. How are you? So there was a gun in Touhou. Wait, I think didn't you read like the official manga and stuff? There's no buttons against here, but guns are... It's an airsoft gun by the kappa. Stop it, Blues. How are you, Blues? I don't have that. You can read online, I guess. Why don't you read online, and when you have money, you buy them, and you never take off the wrapping. Then it's preserved. Okay, that was one short one. Okay, I don't know which one's the next short one. Path of Lies, Spring and the Scarlet Devil mentioned, and rabbits are not invading. I don't know if rabbits are not invading is oh, it is a visual novel. Oh my god, the Ringo one has 12 different endings. I have no idea how. Okay, you know what? We'll go for that. We'll go for that one. Rabbits are not invading. Wait, it's a HDM. It's a browser game? Oh, it's a browser game. I'm just talking to you. Ha, I see. That's good. That's good. Got it. Oh no, it's opening. Why are you opening in? It's not. Age? I think it was called Age. Yeah, it was called Age. Okay, now the thing is, how do I capture this? That is like convenient. Okay, let's see if I can capture this properly. Okay, since it's text-based, right, guys? Since it's text-based, okay, I think we can just hide all of this. I'll just leave my BGM in the background. I don't know if you guys can read. The text is a bit hard to read. I don't know if you guys can read. You're back? You're back? This takes place before Touhou 19. You are Ringo. Once the military intelligence... Okay, wait. I'll change to a more... Ringo. No. No. This one. Yeah, I'll change to this one. Once a military intelligence officer for the Lunarians, you have since deserted to live a quiet, peaceful life in Kentucky. Your close friend Seiran was quick to meet up with you when she realized her superiors were not coming back to retrieve her. Even in spite of the two of you becoming competing dangle saleswomen, you two are practically inseparable. Today, Seiran has invited you to take a day just to hang out, like the old days. You're more than happy to spend a day with your pal given how long it's been. Enough that you take a day off from your stall to be ready as soon as possible. You already had your outfit picked out in advance, even though it was always going to be the same style of crop top and shorts you always wear, just to make sure they were free of wrinkles in the morning. The fact that you're so concerned that with that first impression has you wondering. Oh well, you start freaking out when you wake up. Start! You guys can see, right? Okay, you can see. There's like... Let me double check. How many endings do we have? We have 12 endings. Okay, we have 12 endings. I'm gonna keep track of that. The sun rays shine through your window and blare down on your face, making your awakening a fair bit more uncomfortable than it needs to be. You cover your eyes with your arm even as you open them, then force yourself from a lying position to a sitting one. Today you're going to spend an entire day with your old pal Seiran, a fellow earth-dwelling moon rabbit, so you need to get ready and fast. No, I don't! She wears the same exact thing! You get out of bed and rush through your morning routine. Nothing important to go over, but to put it simply, you end up fully awake and wearing your best clothes. You snag your cap and stick it on, your locked ears poking out the sides as usual. You're ready, there's no denying that. You just have one more thing you need to do before you find Seiran, and that's talking to an old friend over at A&A. Before you do that, you get one last good look at around your room. What if you unlook that, bruh? Furnishings are fairly limited, though it's just enough to keep you happy. A futon, a closet, a table, a few simple games, and books in the corner. It's all simple but efficient. If you need anything else, you can always just go outside anyway. Your kitchen is down the hall and is where you keep your supplies for your dangle stone. You can stop by there quickly for a light snack or head out straight. I am kind of hungry. Let's go to the kitchen. This is your kitchen. You have two distinct segments, one for eating and one for stashing away your dango supplies. Running a dango stall is your main source of income, so you try your best to use only the best materials. So snack some regular dango and eat a skewer full, feeling rejuvenated by the end. You just have like dango lying around in the kitchen? Don't you like store it or prepare it first? It's like you just woke up, right? So you just left like dango in the kitchen overnight? The whole thing is dango. You'll soon find your stash of emergency dango as well. You have the ability to grow stronger whenever you eat a dango. So you have a stash of special dango that preserve extremely well in case of, well, emergency. Well, that explains it. That literally explains it. Your bedroom. You're back in your bedroom. Ah, okay. So you go back to the kitchen. Do we take the dango, guys? Let's take the dango. Wait, is that Ringo's ability? I don't know. What is Ringo's ability? Touhou Ringo. Wait, growing in strength by eating dango. It is a special ability. Okay, fine. Take the dango then. You take the dango. Never hurts to be too safe. Go back to your bedroom. Go back to your kitchen. Go back to your bedroom. Ante. Ante is technically not a long walk from home. This old-fashioned pharmacy is in the middle of bamboo forest of the lost. It's a haven for earth rabbits, though moon rabbits like yourself tend to have a hard time fitting in the culture of the place. Still, it's nice getting to chat with your fellow bunnies once in a while. In fact, there's one such bunny you know all too well. This explains everything. Explains what? A pink hair rabbit in white dress shirt sits on the steps leading to the entrance, organizing some items next to her. That there is Raisin, a former soldier who defected to Earth several decades prior. Though Seiran was closer to her, you were definitely familiar, and that led you to becoming decent friends again in the modern day. You wave as you approach her spot in order to get attention, and sure enough, prompting a wave in response. Good morning, Ringo. Raisin puts down a bottle she was holding to focus on him. How are you doing? Hi, Raisin. I wanted to say hi before my big outing today. Seiran and I are going on an excursion. I'm not sure where, but I trust her instincts. Oh, good for you. You and Seiran are awfully close, aren't you? I hope you're treating her well, even if her and I aren't together anymore. I do still care. Raisin's her ex! No! Are you implying you don't trust me? You chuckle. Don't worry, I promise to be nothing but kind to her. Good. Raisin smiles. So anything you want to talk to me before you head out? Raisin's her ex. Why are you visiting her ex before the date? Bruh. Do you have any advice? My advice? Raisin shrugged. Just take it easy. It's not like it's a date or anything. Unless it is? Is it? Raisin leans forward and winks at you. You shake your head. No, we're just hanging out, I think. What separates a date from hanging out anyway? Oh, it's pretty simple. If you're dating, it means one or both of you want to couple up. You know, start a relationship. If not, then you're just hanging out. Okay. So I think we're just hanging out then. Alright, I wish you luck. Raisin gives you a assuring nod. Oh, I just remembered I had some carrots I bought in the village yesterday. I remember Seiran absolutely loving carrots. You want any? Should we be accepting carrots from her ex? Yeah, sure, why not? Accept the carrot. Sure, I'll take a few. I'm sure she'll be glad to have some. Raisin nods and gives you a few carrots. Thank you. Thanks, Raisin. You're welcome. I'm sure she likes them. You take the carrot, your face the same way as the carrot. What do you mean? How are you doing? I'm doing fine, Raisin says. I'm just sorting out some medicine for Lady Erin. I don't have to head out into the village today, so instead I'll be helping with the interior today. Oh right, she's working for Erin, isn't she? You remember Erin being an incredible, important figure in Lunar history. Important enough that, unlike Kaguya, very few people seem particularly mad at her for deserting. It's surreal knowing that she's been living on Earth for so long, but at the very least, she's not trying to impose the moon oppressive systems down here. You like Erin, don't you, Raisin? Not like that, Ringo. Seriously, I'm already dating Yomu. Bruh, everyone in here is in a relationship. Wait, that's not what I meant. You rapidly shake your head in an attempt to get the point across. Oops, that was a stupid mistake. I just meant in a nice way, like a friend or someone you look up to. Oh, right. Sorry, when someone says they like someone, sometimes they mean it was an euphemism for, But I respect it, right? Yes, she's stern. Sometimes she gets mad at me if I screw up, but she does care about me. That's nice. Reminds me of Sarah a little. Oh, I don't know. She might get grumpy, but it's never with you. You two are closer than I was with her on the moon. I'm almost a little jealous. No, the ex is getting jealous. Do you have any advice? Okay. No, I'm good. Oh my god, this is really long. Oh my god, we can eat the carrots. Oh wait, you guys can't see, right? Shit. How do I do this? Why is it? Damn it. How do I scroll down? Okay, can I scroll down all the way? Okay, let me do this. And then... Okay, so now you guys can see. Okay. No, I'm ready to go. Okay, have a safe trip. You wave farewell to Raisin and walk through the bamboo forest on your way to find Saren. You're lucky you never gotten lost in this place. It has a tendency to send people on a wild goose chase to get anywhere. Maybe it's your intuition as a rabbit that makes you handle a forest teeming with other rabbits as well. Maybe not. But you're not about to go make any wild guesses. You soon find the girl of the day, Saren, a blue-haired rabbit in a rather nice dress. She's often seen carrying a mochi-pounding mallet with her, head coated in dried-on bean paste from frequent use, and today is no exception. I thought it was blood. I am pretty sure it was blood, wasn't it? She beckons you over, a bright smile on her face. Truthfully, she doesn't smile often, but seeing you seems to be an exception. Hiya, Ringo. Morning, Saren. Are you ready for today? Sure am. Sarah nods, and leaves a little excited. Even all these years later, you're still my favorite person around, so I'm sure you can imagine how excited I was when we were finally able to organize this. Seeing Sarah in such a good mood is honestly infectious. You can't help but smile in turn. Oh right, I just remembered Sarah gave me this. You retrieved the carrots from that Raisin gave you from your bag. Do you want some? Oh boy, would I. Here, how about we split them? What if they eat carrots like they eat Pocky? Like, what if they eat the carrot like playing a Pocky game? You nod in agreement and immediately hand half of the carrots to Saren. Her eyes practically sparkle and she looks down at them. And you think you see a bit of saliva out the corner of her mouth. It's odd enough she seems to be holding back on eating them. Peculiarly, though, since you're already hungry again, you decide to get eating already. You want the ticket, bruh. Eat the carrots. And at that first bite, she finally starts. She's a remarkably quick eater, somehow both taking small and fast bite at the same time. That's very rabbit-like. Actually, quite cute if you must say so yourself. Thanks, Ringo. Those are nice. You're welcome. Be sure to thank Raisin too. I'm sure she'll glad to know you like them. Alright, I'll be sure to. I have to think of something to do for her intern. You nod. With that out of the way, you start to wonder how the rest of the day will go. What do you have in mind? Oh, I actually had a lot of things planned. I packed some lunch for us to eat over at Misty Lake, so we can start there. Sarah reaches down, hoists up a bag that was on the ground next to her. Wait a minute, how did you not notice that? I don't know. I know you wanted to do some shopping in the village, so we can fit that in. Lastly, well, it's been a while since we were last on that mountain, right? I know there's a lot of stuff there, so I wanted to go do something before the night is over. Not sure what though. Maybe you'll figure out when we're done. Shucks. Since Saren had your whole day planned out for you, figures she'd be so good at planning. Infiltration was a remarkably dangerous job from what you heard. Given your old cushy intel job, you never really needed to do anything so risky, and as fortunate as you were not to be vulnerable, you couldn't help but feel a little jealous of Saren's capabilities. But enough of military nonsense. You forced to start out to focus on the much happier topic of the day at hand. So are you ready to go, Ringo? Yep, I'm go. Lead the way. Sarah nods. She naps your arm and leads you off on a journey. First stop, the Misty Lake. Start with lunch. Do I need to save? Oh, we can save. Okay. In the carrots. Okay. You have in mind. Start with lunch. Misty Lake is quite nice this time of day. Late morning mist is not too hot, and the sun shining on and the minimal cloud coverage prevents it from being too cold either. The occasional fairy flying around above the water gives the place a whimsical feel, perfect for a pleasant outing like this. This is the place. Sarah approaches a spot underneath a tree and sits down with a bag, beckoning you to join her. You do so, and she begins to unload content. It's a simple lunch, all things considered. Cooked fish with rice and vegetable. But it's all presented professionally, maybe even izakaya quality. This looks nice, you comment. I'll be funny for this, thanks. Sarah responded with a smug little grin on her face. You may be better at making dango, but we both know who the better overall chef is. Ain't that the truth? It's just fish fried rice, I say. You chuckle as you begin to eat. Sure enough, it tastes as good as it looks. You happily chow on your meal as you think about how to proceed with your outing. Finish up. How about we just finish up? Imagine you sit down, you eat, and then you finish up. Yep, guys, that's the date, alright? Just finish up, guys. Just finish up. Okay. Anything new with you? Hold on. Wait, you know what? I want to finish up. See what happens if you finish up. Do we get an ending? Oh my god, there's so many paths. That is actually so many paths. Hold on, I want to double check something. How long is this game? This one? No, not this one. This one. There is one ending, takes 40 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, then we're probably just gonna get one ending. I am not gonna play chop endings. That is it. I won't play chop ending on stream. I don't think I have the capabilities to play chop ending. If it's chop ending, that would average out like at least 3 to 4 hours. I cannot commit 3 to 4 hours for one game. Okay, I'll just play how I would play and we'll get that ending. Oh my god. Okay. This place, proceed your outing. Let's look around the lake. There isn't much new you notice when you take a crowd around the lake. Well, there is one thing. On the bank, you can see a vaguely familiar wolf yokai with brown hair and long dress lying prone, lying prone? Oh, lying prone, okay. Staring at the water below, she kicks her feet back and forth and her tail wishes from side to side behind her. Oh, that's that werewolf, right? Seiran seems to recognize her at least. Kagero, I think. I heard the earth rabbits are really scared of her. She doesn't actually hurt them or anything, but you know, wolves and rabbits. Oh, that's interesting, you comment. I wonder what she's doing away from the forest. Alright, Kagero does live in the bamboo forest. Yeah. Your question soon receives an answer in the form of a splash of water, and a figure rises from the waves. A blue-haired lady wearing a simple green kimono jumps up and towards Kagero, though a look at her lower half tells you she's no ordinary woman, but a rare and elusive mermaid. Kagero somehow managed to get to her knees and catch her in her arm just in time. Guys, look out! It's lunch! Kagero caught lunch! Oh shoot, she got the mermaid. Those are rare, I wonder what. Suddenly, Kagero reached down and planted a kiss right under the mermaid's lips. Yeah guys, lunch. It's definitely lunch. It's a quick smooch, but it's clearly enough to make this mermaid happy as she smooshed back right after and pulls the werewolf into a hug. You find yourself thinking this is weirdly adorable, maybe even a little inspiring. They both can be like, oh, they're cute. Siran then sighs quietly and rests her head on her hands. You ever wonder what it'd be like to have something like that? Huh? A little, you admit. Having someone you can just do stuff like that with, hugs and kisses, be cute with. I wish I had that. Yeah. Siran stares at the water. Hopefully it's soon for both of us. Am I dense? Is Ringo dense? Romance is confusing, you have to admit. When you realize you weren't attracted to men, it was a strange time for you. Doubly when you realized there were so few folks out and about on the moon. Folks would enter deeply unhappy marriages just to maintain some illusion of purity. It was downright depressing. And though you're so glad, I guess you're so open about that sort of thing, you still haven't had any luck finding a partner. And so you find yourself just nodding along, saying the first words come to mind. Yeah, hopefully soon. Man, I'm so dense. Let's go to human village. Let's just leave the village. You and Siran finally finish your lunch, clean up quickly and walk up to the village. Thankfully, it's not a long stroll and the two of you arrive by early afternoon. We're here, Siran chimes in a sing-songy tone. I don't need to make many stops personally, but if I do, I have to tag along with you. Otherwise, I can just stay out here and peruse the place. Haven't done much exploring here. I just stick to where my stall is usually. Siran puts a hand on her hair and turns to face you. So lead on. You take this time to look around the village. You can see an assortment of humans hustling and bustling about, walking from store to store and chatting among themselves. It reminds you of a bit of the lunar capital in a way, putting into perspective how few differences there actually are between the groups in the grand scheme of things, no matter how superior the lunar may have felt. It's actually quite a peaceful place, and your reputation for selling quality dango has given yourself and Siran a path to show yourself to the villagers. Certainly, it makes it easier to get what you need and least. You remember you need to stop by the blacksmith anyway to get those knives you drop off, so that may be a good place to stop to make. You also need more rice flour to make your dango, so a stop at the market may be a good idea. Besides, that's just some optional stuff. You like a new book to add to your collection, and maybe some geta in case you need to go on a more formal outing. You may not like shoes, but some establishments sure do. Let's leave the village. These are all not date stuff though. Right? Why would you do your shop? But Siran did say she'll accompany us to the shopping. Okay, we'll go to the open air market. Oh, this for rice. You really want to lug rice on your date? Do you really want to carry knives on your date? Why? Okay, we'll grab the book. Siran decides to stay outside to look around, so you end up going, no, we're going in alone. That's pretty sure that's a bad thing. Everything is arranged clearly and plainly, and things are remarkably easy to find. You're quite thankful as you already had a vague idea of what you want to get before you start your search. As you approach the non-fiction section, a short lady with orange-brown hair walks up to you. Her apron identifies her as Kozuzu. Kozuzu, we kidnapped you. Oh, you're one of the bunnies that runs the dango store, aren't you? I love visiting there. You make some good stuff. I sure am, thank you. You respond, nodding and off duty today though. My rival and I are taking a day to ourselves. Your rival? Kozuzu seems to think for a moment before nodding back. Oh right, the blue one. I'll be honest, you two seem awfully close for rival. I admit, her getting so intense about her stall is kind of cute. It's a friendly rivalry. We both know I'm on top, but... You pause, thinking about what Kozuzu just said. Yeah, it's kind of cute, isn't it? She's determined. It's admirable, don't you think? I'm kind of jealous of what you two have, admittedly. Just being able to be that close with someone. Kozuzu briefly zones out, seemingly in thought, eventually coming out with a gentle slap on slapped to her own face. But enough about me. What? Anything I can do for you? You nod. Do you have anything for repairing and maintaining market stalls? Mine is fine, but just in case. Of course, it's right here. Closes to nab a book and shows it off, tilting it in a different direction to get your attention. The Marketeer's Repair Guide. This is an older copy, so we're offering it for sale instead of just a rental. How does that sound? Is this a marketing ploy for me to get the book? It's kind of sus. That is actually kind of sus. You know what? I'll fall for it. Buy the book. You're not gonna exchange some money for the book. This seems to be exactly perfect for what you need, so why not get it? Thank you. I hope it suits your need. Rainbow capitalism. Back out. Suzanne. Do I really... Okay, we go for the shoemaker. I don't think we should be lugging rice and knives for the date. That's so awkward. Shoemaker. She's always staying outside, so what's the point of going everywhere? You're like practically going alone. Seren stays outside, leaving you to step in here alone. The shoemaker's stall is small and unassuming. Perfect for an owner who has unassuming as this one. An elderly human lady stands behind a desk. Oh, rabbit yokai? Usually I'm not supposed to let yokai in, but my husband says rabbit yokai like yourself are harmless. So as long as you're a paying customer, I'll give you a pass. Come on in. You look dependable. Yokai comment makes you grimace, but you get it. Gensokyou's yokai live in a constant state of insecurity, needing to be feared and mistrusted to live. Even though you aren't a yokai, being from the moon and all, they don't know that, nor do they care to try and differentiate. So you're not about to correct them. You walk over to the shelves and begin to browse, though you find that you're not looking too closely. I must say, young miss, you remind me a bit of my own daughter, prone to zoning out. That one has a hard time picking out on obvious details. Oh really? You caught off guard by the comment as you look over at the shelf. Sheesh. Are you really that obvious? I'm sorry. I guess I just have a hard time rationalizing things. Ironic given my old job. But, well, I usually fluke my way through to the right conclusion anyway. I see. The older lady looks down. Well, just try your best to pay attention to any obvious cues someone is giving you. If you think you missed something, don't be afraid to take another look. You soon find a rather nice looking pair of guitar on the shelf, and for a cheap price. The wood is structurally sound enough that you don't have to worry about splinters either. How much should this cost? Only a few yen, not too much. That's perfectly affordable. For such a design, why not take them? Buy the guitar. You exchange some money for the guitar. Once the exchange is made, you move over to a changing room and slip them on. Wow, you're feeling taller already. You step out and offer your thanks to the store owner. Thank you, young lady. Have a good day. Okay, so we got the book. We got the guitar. Do we really need the rice and knives? I don't think we need knives and like freaking rice, so just let's leave the village. I'm ready to go, Seren. Good, let's get going then. Seren leads the way out of the village, dragging you along the way. You look back at the village behind you. Everything is just as busy as it was when you arrived. You can only hope that you remember to get everything you need as you find yourself walking towards your next destination, Yokai Mountain, your first impression of Earth. What else are you gonna cook and cook with? Yes, but you don't cook with knives and just rice. What are you gonna do? Cut the grains? Oh my god, there's so many things. This is a checkpoint. For now, you can choose to start any future playthrough from this point. Oh wow, okay. This is a checkpoint. Interesting. Oh guys, look at that. You're back. Emergency dango, stall repair guide, and new guitar. Maybe I need a lot of things. Maybe to get like one of the endings, you need all the items. No, my bag. Here we are, Seren says. Arms stretched out as she stares out the mountain before you. The place where our lives here started. Yes. Yes. Even thinking about those creepy robots irks me now. There were robots? By the time you hear Seren's voice, it's already evening. The sky takes on a hint of orange hue, and the air is notably cooler and crispier. Crisper. Then it was in the afternoon. The sheer size of the mountain before you are awe-inspiring on its own, even as you nearly hurt your neck trying to look all the way up. It's actually quite a nice view for this time of the year. Well, we have the time to make one more stop before it's nighttime. Do you have anywhere in mind, Ringo? Excuse me. I have to think about it. Seran gives a sympathetic nod in return. Alright, if you can't think of anything, I know a quiet place we can spend the evening. The Komakuta Gambling Den. Guys, we know a quiet place you can spend the evening, right? The Komakuta Gambling Den. Warrior Shrine, nah. Untrodden Valley, nah. Gambling Den, Seran Spot. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to click Seran Spot, but I really want to go to Gambling Den. Nothing quite make my bank account. Okay. You know, I think I'm feeling funny. You tell Seran with a hint of smart. Remember the gambling parlor a bit further up? The mention of gambling parlor seems to invigorate something in Seran. She nods and grins. Aha, you know exactly how to get someone excited. Of course I love to go up there. Yep, that's Seran for you. Remember she used to be big in the Lunarian gambling halls, the purest form of vice, some folk would call them. Granted, she was always a horrible gambler. She was always losing, but that didn't stop her from having fun. And thankfully, she has you around to keep things fiascally responsible. I'm her credit card? Excuse me? The trip there was uneventful, thankfully, even if the two of you did have to fly up as opposed to walking. Upon arriving, you can see a slow trickle of folks entering and leaving the establishment. Mostly the usual suspect for mountain yokai, the Tengu, the Kappa, and the Yamawaro. Upon approaching the building, a small wooden sign catches your attention, leading you to kneel down to read it. No shoes, no shirt, no service. Oh great, one of these. I think it's mostly for formality's sake, Seran says, you know, to make the place seem higher class than it is. I noticed that most Gensokians count socks as equivalent to shoes, so I should be good. How about yourself? Oh my god, socks are not shoes, guys. Don't step out with just socks, that's disgusting. You look down and get up. Well, you have the shirt part, as you should, but usually go barefoot. That could be an issue. Oh wait, right, you're wearing those new getas you got! Thank goodness for that. Looks like we're ready to go, Seran. Ready as I'll be. Guys, we made it! We used the... No, this one. We got the geta, we can get in! Perfect. Head inside. The moment you enter, instantly hit with a suffocating scent of tobacco. The intensity forces you to cough and prompts a few stare in your general direction. Clearly, the regulars are far more used to it than you. It admittedly makes you feel incredibly out of place, like someone going to ask you out to leave for not being one of us. Still, this is what Seran wanted, so you're willing to put up with it for her sake. Well, we're here, you say half-heartedly, ready to Ringo, do you need a minute? Yeah. You nod. Give me a minute. You see several groups of people sitting on mats and around tables. A few of them just playing games by themselves. Though one has a dealer nearby, one rather elegant looking woman in a jacket and skirt. You can only take a guess and assume that this is either Komakusa herself or just an employee. It seems she's rotating around different spots, so more than likely you don't have to worry about approaching her. Who is Komakusa anyway? I can't remember who's that in Touhou. Is that a new game? Who's that? Wait, where's she from? She's from... Touhou 18? Stage what, boss? Yamajoro. Stage 3, meet boss and boss in Unconnected Marketeers. Oh wait, it's called Unconnected Marketeers. Why do I keep thinking it's Musketeers? It's Marketeers, it's not Musketeers. Keep reading it wrong. Wait, I forgot that's Touhou 19 already. Is Touhou 19 out? It's not out yet, right? Oh yeah, it's only trial. Okay. Capitalism, fine. Wait, 19 has such weird playable characters. Why are the stage 1 playables? Why is Nazrin, Seiran, and Aun playable? Okay, I did not expect that at all. I didn't play the trial, so I didn't know who was like playable, but okay, that's pretty unexpected. Oh right, you're right, it's PvP. I forgot it's PvP. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, back to the story. Well, when you're up for it, how about you play a game? What? Me? Play? Yeah, you play. I think you're really good at it. You're always really good at dealing with information, right? Seiran, if I'll be honest, I don't know if military intelligence and gambling really go hand in hand. Yes, it is. You gamble your military intelligence. You gamble like, is the enemy here? Maybe. Come on, Ringo, it'll be fun. It's not like you brought your entire life savings with you. It's true, you only have a little bit of money left on your person right now. The rest of it is stashed away back home. You suppose you really don't have anything to lose. You let out a tiny groan as you work on gaining your composure. Let's just find a pot and sit. Oh my god. You and Seiran walk over to a table, sitting to each other on mats. The two Yamawaro across from you, seeming rather torn up. You two new here? One says, gesturing to you. You both pick your heads up. Yeah, Seiran responds. What's it like here? Confusing, other replies. It feels nice when you manage to win a game, but losing feels extremely mediocre, I guess. Something about this place atmosphere just dampens your mood. I just blew all my money and I can't even bring myself to be angry. Just tired. I know I'm not the only one. No matter how angry you get, it all just suddenly goes away. Oh no! It doesn't make you angry, it just makes you depressed. It's depressed gambling. That's peculiar. A gambling parkour where folks just can't get angry over losses. What kind of place is this? Ah, new arrivals. The group of you are soon greeted by the face of the leader approaching your table. She takes a hit from a rather fancy-looking tobacco pipe and smiles. I haven't seen your face around here before. Welcome to the Komakusa gambling den. I am Komakusa Dayu herself. I'll take it you're new to gambling? No, you clarify, before gesturing to Seiran. She knows all about it. I'm here for her sake, honestly. You mean I'm her freaking credit card? Oh, is that so? Trust me, it's not really that bad once you know how to play. Here, I know a fairly simple game that a friend showed me. Komakusa Dayo pulls out a small box from behind her, before opening the box and placing the contents onto the table in front of her. It's cards? They look a lot like card decks you see being used on the moon for a recreation. I call this game 21. We play these cards, each having a number on them. Keep in mind that A can either be 1 or 11, while King, Jack, and Queen can mean stand. The goal is simple, you start with 2 cards. I'll keep drawing 1 card at a time until you decide your fold. I'll also be drawing, mind you. The goal is simply to get closer to anyone than me without going over. It's freaking blackjack! It's freaking blackjack! It's a freaking blackjack, guys. Seiran, look at you with giddiness. She seems absolutely elated you're about to try gambling. You think this to be uncharacteristic if you hadn't seen her in her element before. Even when you're not feeling super excited, well, you may as well do it for her. No. Okay, Isaac, you're in charge. You're playing it. Play guns. Okay, you're not angry to play. Very well, let's proceed. Go get them, Ringo. You got this. You dealt 2 cards. Each displaying a number. So the goal is to have a cards add up to exactly on nearly 21, right? That should be easy, right? You feel remarkably confident as you prep to go in. Deal the cards, Kusadayu. Very well, let's begin. Okay, I think let's begin. You end up to... Oh, we can't play. We don't make the decision, bruh. You end up with a 23. That's a shame. Shoot, Ringo is fine. Do you want to try again? You grumble, but no. Come on, you have to try again. Play another round. You lose again. This time you end up with a 25. You're staring blankly at the result of your failure. Third time's the charm? Haising, is this you? 22, another loss. How are you so bad at this? Seiran glanced at you, seeming a bit baffled. Ringo, I think you should probably fold. No, I can't. You shake your head. It's not my money that's on the line right now. It's my pride. I can't let myself lose to her. Not after... Ringo, no. That's not what I mean by fold. I literally meant just stop taking more cards and hope Komakusa Dayo goes over. You had a 20 last round. A 20! You could have won if you didn't go for the 80. Icing, this is you. You have a 20. It's like draw. Hi, cakes. Oh, right. That's something you can do. Should have probably thought of that. We're playing blackjack, cakes. We're playing blackjack. Blackjack payouts. Only if you get blackjack. Alright, sorry. I still have enough for one more, right? You sure do, dealer says. Will you? Yep, I'll do one more. Komakusa Dayo nods and hands you 2 more cards. So 9 and a 4 for a total of 13. Darn, Seiran says in a somewhat whiny tone. That's pretty low. Not a fail proof though. There's this here gives you a 5 out of 13 chance to bust. But if you fold, well, who knows what the chances of you winning are then. Even then, I could pass you and get to 21 first. Even if you do play, what do you be? You shake your head, you don't know, but you're gonna try. I trust my own intuition, you declare, and my intuition is telling me I should. Icing? Hit it. Okay, hit it. Take another card. You smile with solid determination you haven't seen since you started. You see Seiran looking over you, blushing. Why is she blushing? I'll take another card. Very well. Komakusa Dayu says with a chuckle. Let's see how it goes. Alright, Icing, this is on you. You soon see Nick Sakaya's smile fades when you see how high it is. Your total now exceeds 21. You have busted out, Icing. I'm sorry, Komakusa Dayo says in a fox sad tone, but you lost. Given that you're out of money, it seems that this game is over. You can't believe it. You lost. Why didn't you listen to Seiran and just fold? You feel like such an idiot. Such a stupid, useless... Ringo? You feel a tap on your shoulder. It's Seiran. It's okay, honest. You had a, less than 50% chance of that happening. The odds were in your favor. It was just bad luck. I guess it was just bad luck. Just a bit disappointing is all. You know me, Ringo. I suck at gambling. Most people do. Don't beat yourself up over it. Yeah, I think don't beat yourself up over it. I call it Rainbow. Maybe Seiran's right. You should probably stop whining about your failure. You only lost 4 games compared to who knows how many Seiran has lost over the past several decades. Sorry about that, Yumata. It's okay. Here, come on. Let me help you out. Seiran takes your arm and help hoist you to your feet. With the air in here, you're starting to get a little drowsy. I take it that you two are done here. Komakusa Dayu asks. The both of you not saying anything. You're both just eager to leave and talk about what the heck just happened. Komakusa Dayu nods in understanding. Very well, take care. I hope to see the both of you again. Exit then. Hold on. Check something. Okay. Well, that was something. Bad luck happens to everyone, Ringo. Seiran pats you on the back and nods. Think you'll give it another go sometime? Probably not, honestly. What? She's totally not like you, I say. You would totally go for another round. You and Seiran make your way out of the den and look up at the sky. Stars already out and it's clearly from Seiran's half-little expression that it's about the time to get out of here. Well, are you ready to go? Sure I am, Ringo. Lead the way, I promise I won't lag behind. Nodding, you lead the way down the mountain and back towards your homes. As you walk through, your mind starts to wander towards today's events. Sure, it was fun, but something about it is giving you pause. Ringo? Seems like Seiran noticed your change in tone. Shoot. What do you even tell her that you're thinking about? They're talking about today. Carpet, what do you mean? She's broke. You know, you begin to say as you slowly figure something out. I was a bit reluctant to even suggest that gambling then in the first place. At first. Sure, I know you enjoyed those sort of things, but, well, I typically don't. They feel, I don't know, exploitative? That's the kind of thing about gambling, Ringo. You accept that you're more than likely going about going to screw out your earnings and just have fun anyway. You did have fun, right? I think you did have fun, right? Right? You did have fun, right? Right? Just your skill issue. You don't have to think about that one for long. You're not entirely sincere. Yeah, I guess so. Even when I was losing, there was always that bit of thrill. I think I get why you like those sort of places now. It's the drive. It's riveting. I don't think I'll risk all my pocket change again anytime soon, but it's something to consider. No, it's not. Could be having right now. You let me keep playing, but she has no money. I think. I'm glad to hear That's great to hear. I'm glad you had fun. Saran seems utterly relieved that you didn't totally hate today's trip. So how about next time we hang out? We go somewhere else. Don't want you losing all your earnings. I wanna beat your stall fair and square, not with bankruptcy. Sure. Don't get your hopes up though. The two of you laugh and you agreed to go on another trip some other day. Today was a good time. You're looking forward to doing it again. For now, you both really look for something. No, we didn't get the gags. I say we didn't get the gags. No. Okay, back to the start. Okay, we'll do. Oh, that was ending 6. Try something new. Only sometimes it hurts. No gags, no money. Okay, we'll do the same thing. We'll get the dango. Go to Ente. How you doing? How any advice? Accept the carrots. How are you doing? No good. Eat the carrots. Never mind. Start with lunch. Look around the lake. Anything new with you? Oh, this is new. The mention of new events caused Sarah to perk up. Hey, you just reminded me. You know that gem I nabbed from the Luna capital before we all left for the invasion? I think I might use for something soon. Shoot that thing? What do you have in mind? Sarah has an interesting look on her face when you ask your question. You can only think of one word to describe it. Determination. I think I want to make a paradise. I don't know. This place is already pretty nice. Sure it is. Sure, it's nice for you, Sarah responded. But for me and plenty of other Moonrabbit who were left here, no one wants us around. The Lunarian thing were impure, and the Gensonian thing were bigoted invaders, and nothing I can do can change their minds. I want to make a place where folks like us can live in peace, no longer having to worry about stuff like that. You admit, it's an ambitious goal. Truthfully, you have no idea how doable it is, but you do get it. You were quick to adjust to Gensokyo's culture, but the same can't be said for your fellow Moonrabbits, and the remarks were very real, especially coming from the local yokai. As much as you enjoy working near the village, you can't help but feel like this paradise idea may not be a bad one. It's her passion and her penchant for great ideas that make her so worthy of respect. I wish you luck with that, Sarah, and you continue to eat. If you need any help, be sure to let me know. Thanks, Ringo. I doubt I need your help, but thanks for the offer. Bruh, we got rejected. Okay, we'll do the same. I think we'll just get the book. Yeah, we'll buy the book, and I think we bought the Geta, right? So we got the Geta. And then we leave the village. We go to the gambling den. Head inside. Find a spot and sit. Play against her. Play a round. Play another round. Play the last round. And this time I think we fold. Yeah, I'll take Sarah's advice. You decide to fold. You don't have the confidence in your hands, so you decide to not risk anything silly. I get it. Not everyone can be confident with money. Now, if I get a high card enough, I'll bank out and you'll win anyway. But don't get your hopes up. You're not in anticipation. You can only hope that Sarah's advice works out for you. After all, who knows how much more you would have fumbled if you stuck to your initial strategy. Alright, let's see how it goes. Sanyo draws a card. You see a smile creep on the dealer's face. Well, what do you know? I passed you. Turns out we're roughly even when you folded. Sorry, you What? It's rigged. What? Well, damn it. Even taking the safe route couldn't save you, and now you're left with no money in your bag. Both of you chuckle. Mm, exit the den. Is it the same? Yeah, it's the same. It's the same ending. It's rigged. It's rigged, guys. It's the same ending. What if we go at a checkpoint? Ah. Back to game. Restart. Oh no, I lost the endings. Okay. I'll think I'll play the rest off stream. Because this one has a lot to read. I just want to get like one reading and I'm not physically feeling well today. But shit, I really want to get all the endings. There's 12 endings and one ending takes like 20 to 30 minutes. So that's like 6 hours of reading. So yeah. I'll play the rest on stream. Okay. Let's see. And then one of it is Path of Lies. This is Rampy. Why is my PC? Oh my god, there's so many things. Oh, this is the JoJo one. And also, why is my PC lagging? Excuse me? What is this made on? What is this freaking game made on? I don't know if I can capture screen though. Yeah, this is the JoJo one. Bruh. I don't know if there's audio. There's definitely audio because there's a lot of OGG files. Problem is I don't know if I can capture it. Path of Lies. Yeah, I knew it. I can't capture it for some reason. I really hate it when you can't capture things because it's full screen. No. Bruh. Yeah. The thing about OBS is if a window is minimized, you can't freaking capture it. It's so stupid. Okay. Excuse me, the window's right here. Why can't you capture it? Do I really have to? Ah, there we go. Found it. Got it. Got it. Now, will it appear? Okay. One day, with nothing in particular going on, I decide to head into a storage shed behind the shrine. Sometimes I see how hard Marisa works, and I just feel like I could do something more. Oh, wait, let me check the website for the controls. How long is this game? Controls. Minor spoilers. I think it's Ray Murray. Don't know why is there no audio though. Maybe there's audio later. Like if she was the shrine maiden, she would be able to do something I couldn't. So when I'm bored, I've been going and reading a bunch of Hakurei archives. Just a bunch of scrolls and books lying around. It's not very well kept. Some of them are by my parents and my parents' parents and whatever. Some of them by Yukari. Some of them don't tell you who they were written by, so probably Yukari. This time I found an unusual pair of books. Hidden under a cloth, I found The Steel Ball Run Race, completed record by someone I had never heard of, and The Steel Ball Run Race Hakurei record by nobody at all. They were both very high quality leather books, either produced in the outside world or by a pretty penny tossed in the Kappa way. The former was embezzled with an unfamiliar crest, and the latter with a yin yang art. Wait, is the Steel Ball part of JoJo? I could tell this was going to be a long one, so I grabbed some dried fruits before I started reading. As I opened the book, the story of countless people and places fell upon me. Part 7, Steel Ball Run. Ah, okay. 7 Steel, the United States of America, the 19th century. Stand abilities, the Holy Cause, the Human Expansion Project. Above all that, above even the Hakuri, the Autolus Hakuri record focus on the journey of one man. Jonathan just. Okay. Okay, that's BGM. Okay, let me increase. Why did my PC hang? Why did my Explorer hang? This game is actually hanging my PC. Am I still moving? Okay, I'm still moving. Did I crash? Did my stream crash for a bit? Okay. Jonathan Johnny Joestar. A man traveling across America in participation with a certain competition. Okay, let me... It's still pretty loud. Will my stream get muted because of this? A former famous horse jockey, fallen from popularity after becoming lame in an unfortunate incident. He now rides his horse, Slow Dancer, in pursuit of something important to him. Is that thing power? Money? It is, but is this not? Not even he would be able to tell you for certain. Inspired by and riding alongside a charismatic man, he will remain in pursuit even with death and blood strewn along every road. He and the charismatic man, Gyro Zeppeli, have been making use of a certain power to survive thus far. That power... Oh, they're finally waking up. Treat them kindly. They have endured long and awful battle. Gyro. Where's the Touhou part? Two men lay sprawl at the edge of a marsh, slowly coming to consciousness. Thanks to a passerby's help, they recover from their deep wounds. He spray. He fixed our wound. Spray what? Spray what? I don't know if this is just JoJo. It is being read by Reimu, so... Our hosts are here too. What's his deal? They're not as buff as I thought they would be, huh? Isn't JoJo like extremely buff? Like Bara buff? You really think that's possible, Johnny? Hot pants. He might be a good guy, but he's someone willing to keep racing. Anybody still doing this thing is someone who should be feared. How about me, Kiro? Do you think I should be feared? Or maybe I should be scared of you? Nyahoho. After part 3, not so much. Ah, okay. Were you sniffing his back? Are they riding each other? I think they're riding each other. Hiro thoughts off to his heart and silently signaling Johnny to do the same. Slow Dancer lowers itself to make the mount easier, and Johnny accepts the kindness. Onwards, the two ride. They challenge the Steel Ball Run race. Where's the Touhou part? At the edge of the marsh, Johnny glanced behind himself. His eyes have no particular sentiment for this place, but he felt as if he left something behind him here. Perhaps it was his weakness, perhaps it was his sanity, but it may have just been a few miles left on the race. Hero, look. Johnny points towards a group of children across a small pond. The children seem to be enjoying themselves. They notice Johnny watching and wave to him. Waving back, he says to Giro, "They look like they're skipping stones. Have you ever done it, Giro? Skipping stones like that?" "No." "Let's try it." "Huh? Shouldn't we keep moving?" "Call this practice. For a game like that, you need a flat stone, am I right? I want you to use your spin to create a perfect stone for tossing." "Alright." Hiro leaps from his horse, Valkyrie, and helps Johnny off the Slow Dancer. These two are so gay together. Carrying Johnny, Hiro casually makes his way to the shore and says, "They're carrying each other." Hiro's carrying Johnny. Johnny returns the kid's wave across the pond, and Hiro searches for the rocks. We both aim to get a stone over those kids. Never determine the winner. Sure. What do we win? $50 million. Can't believe Ray was a JoJo fan. Yeah. Saying this, Johnny starts polishing some nearby hand-sized rock with his spin. The spin. It's a technique that can be learned by anyone, but it's only known to certain people. The spin is capable of rotating anything and transferring that rotation to other things. It's a skill capable of commanding rotation. What if you make the world stop spinning? Garrett has came from a long line of his practitioners, and Johnny Joestar is learning it as this race goes on. At this moment, Johnny Joestar attempts to spin a rough stone into a smooth one so that it will catch the water surface well and bounce across the pond. Carefully but swiftly, the jagged edges are eroded down into a calm surface. He clenched the rocks. As he clenched the rock, Hero begins to toss his stones over onto the water. They catch on the surface a few times before losing momentum and sinking. Obviously, we won't be spinning rocks as we throw them. Yeah. Catching on to the game, the children across the river began returning fire towards the men. As Johnny became more comfortable shaving down the stones, Hero became more comfortable tossing them. Their distance slowly but surely increased, but both sides were nearly half the pond away from reaching their goals. Each stone would slow and eventually sink. Whoa! Oh? Johnny, you got a good one there? Yeah. I don't know what it is, but this stone feels perfect. I didn't even have to shave it down. Go on, throw it. Alright. Johnny released the stone upon the pond with the best throw he can master. He skips along the water in broad jumps, bounding without losing any speed at all. As he reaches the other side's shoreline, it slides against the sand and he's launched towards striking a boy square in the teeth. Oh my god! Bleeding from his gun, the boy falls over as the other children squeals and run away. Johnny is left speechless, arms still outstretched from when he tossed the stone. Huh? Did I do that? Carol fights to keep his composure relaxed, but his eyes has gone sharp. Facing Johnny, he asks, Johnny, tell me right now, you didn't spin that stone, did you? I need to be absolutely certain. No, I didn't. I swear I didn't. Hero, what's going on? Jonathan Joestar, endlessly chasing rider, capable of harness rotation. Was that a cut in intro? Really? A random cut in intro. Sarah, thank you for the raid. How was no game? No, that can't be right. I was lurking. You were playing something. I can't remember what you were playing. But yeah, Sarah, how was your stream? Or should I call you Shoho now? I didn't realize you changed your Twitch channel. Do I still refer you as Sarah? There we go. Yeah. Do I still refer to you as Sarah, or do I call you Shoho now? Because I think your Twitter handle still Sarah. But yeah, welcome readers. I'm Rozarai, your Rose VTuber, and we're currently supposed to play a Touhou visual novel, but it somehow became JoJo. Let's try before I remove the character from both animes. Okay. I'll just call you Sarah. I'm more comfortable with that. Yeah, it's supposed to be Touhou visual novel, but somehow the visual novel has become JoJo for some reason. Yeah. Wait, where is it? Okay. His gaze silent, the man rises from his spot outside the pond. If it's something you, with your knowledge of the spin, can't even explain, am I right to assume that this was something unnatural? The man turned to face Johnny with a wide grin, his gold teeth catching the sun. 100 points, Johnny. This is undeniably someone's work, but no. Why does he laugh like that? Who cares? If they're showing off their powers before even showing up, they must be some sort of dumbass. Let's just keep going. I see. Hero, would you help me to my horse? Hero simply sweeps Johnny from the muddy poolside. Stepping wildly around, slow dances back. Hero swiftly and smoothly releases Johnny upon the steed. Once Hero was mounted as well, they continued their travels. After a few minutes of contemplating while riding in silence, Johnny speaks confidently. About that event from earlier, I don't think we should ignore it. It might have been leftover effect from another stand user, but there were no traces of a battle. In addition, I don't think there were many people ahead of us. There's Zio for sure, but who else could have been that far ahead? So what you're saying is, there's someone close to us, and that person is a stand user. Yes, I'll tell you the truth. I'm concerned about our time. That dipshit Hot Pants is ahead of us right now. Even if he was a good guy, like you say, he won't help us if he doesn't see us, if we're behind him. That's true. Alright, we don't have to stop. I just have one request. If you see any human at all in the next hour, assume that they're that person and be ready to fight. Really gotten suspicious, haven't you? Sure. That's an easy request to follow. By the way, Johnny, what do you think about crows? Crows? The bird? I'm not sure. I don't even know when's the last time I saw one was. I see. Do you want to know what I think of them? Crows? Oh, sure. Crows. I think they're awesome. Do you get it, Johnny? Girl, I'm sorry, but I think they're but I think they're colorful. Taku! Oh man, I knew you get it. You're pretty good at this. Back and forth comedy, that is. Really had me going there for a second. That's a good one, right? Venturing like this for a while, the two racers continued riding through the plains of the American Midwest. Johnny had nearly forgotten about his weariness from before. Did Gyros actually intended for that? Was it his kindness to let Johnny forget? Or was he truly just such a whimsical man? I was never able to find out. Pity. Johnny, huh? A person speed towards and past the two men. They have no time to react. Even at their incredible speed, the person is able to weave between their horses and continue traveling in opposite direction of Johnny and Kiro. Johnny had just barely able to turn his head in time to see their back before they disappeared into the trees. Who the hell was that? How far are you in? I don't know actually. Like 10 minutes? Can't you see the two men hugging each other on screen? Is that the person from before? I didn't even have time to shoot them. And why did they just run past us? Johnny, I have an idea. I have no idea. All I can say is that they weren't running. Running? It may have looked like it, but that person was merely standing still. That can't be true. That speed was incredible. Stop yapping. I saw what I said. And it's that they weren't running. It's obviously a stand ability, Johnny. Like you said, the next person we saw ended up being that person. I see. So what should we do? No, don't answer that. We have to chase them down, don't we? For all we know, they could be after the corpse. Or at least the race. Yeah, that's it. So are we standing around for? You're right. Let's go. I know, right? Who was that? Motioning to their house to turn around, Johnny and Giro began to carefully place towards where the person went. After a few minutes, they see the same person spinning towards them in the same way. They're moving a bit slower this time, just slow enough for the man to notice a short staff. Johnny, they got a weapon. Cover yourself. Johnny finds himself unable to follow Giro's order. Instead, he stared at the person dead in the eye. Was he trying to discern their intent or merely lock in his aim? He raised his hand, preparing to fire. 1, 2, 3. From Johnny's right hand, 3 bullets fire. Unfortunately, none of them can land before the person once again flies between the horse. That looks like a Miko. With a quick swipe of the short staff, Johnny is knocked off his horse. Ugh. Johnny! It's a woman. Giro leaps from Valkyrie and quickly helps Johnny to balance, then stand to face the attacker. This time they begin to slow after passing the two, eventually coming to a stop. Despite the fall, Johnny wears a stoic face against the person. Giro stands stalwart, ready for some sort of catalyst to strike. Turning around to face the man, the person chooses to speak. Who is this? Hello? You two. I would like to engage you in battle. I would like us to wager our races on it. Lozo will accept disqualification and leave this competition. Your opponent is Kito Hakari. Who are you? The Shrine Maiden of Paradise. Confused noises. What? Did he hang? Huh? Staring down the woman. Yeah, she brought the game. For like some of the conversation, there was no dialogue. Staring at the woman, Johnny and Giro prepare themselves to go on the offensive. Giro begins to slide his hand on his hoister, grabbing his Yes, it's Johnny. Grabbing his steel balls. Johnny surveys the landscape, taking note of anything that could be used during the fight. Kito lowers his stance as if about to sprint. Johnny, we have the advantage right now. In a few seconds, I'm gonna throw this steel ball. At the same time, I want you to fire around her. Got it. I'll spread the shot so she can't dodge. Just dodge. A moment passed. Kito stands lower just slightly more and she lunged towards them. At the same time, nothing. Hero? Johnny keeps his gaze locked to the quickly advancing woman. At some point, she started sliding towards them instead of running just like before. Shit. What's happened to me? Johnny, ignore what I said before. Shoot her now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots were fired in rapid succession in Kito's general direction. Without even seeming like she noticed them, they all fly past her. She whips through the man for a third time, deciding to slam Giro with her staff. Giro is thrown across the forest, left with a bleeding gash in his side. Giro! He used like total ruin sweep. My king is sitting up there. Let's go to attack. I have no idea what the golden rule is. You do know I don't watch anime, right? I can't believe Gensuke was located in the middle of East America. As soon as he can, Johnny makes his way over to Giro as the attacker once again speed past them. Giro, what the hell happened? Why didn't you throw the steel ball? That woman, she did something. Whatever ability it is, it's not something like super speed. My steel ball, I couldn't get a grip on it. It felt like there was nothing to spin, and was even slippery in my hands. Like carrying a piece of melted ice. What is it? You think of something? That stone from earlier, it... Ugh. Interrupted by Giro's Hall of Fame, Johnny stammers as he sees the woman once again rush between them, calm as before. This time, she has swung on Giro's left arm. Oh, he is bleeding in the heart, look at that! Blood drips from his forearm, but it's not a serious injury. Damn, it's hard to aim like that. It's hard to aim that. Anyway, are you two willing to resign yet? What do you think? Would this much blood scare you, lady? You sure are persistent. You want to gamble this much on missing me missing twice, 3 times, as many as it takes? While Giro and Kito argued and gloated meaninglessly, Johnny was thinking back. That effect that Giro has seen, he had noticed it once himself. That smooth stone! Back late when we were playing skipping stones, I didn't even try to spin them as I threw them. Despite that, the final stone traveled over the water so quickly as if gliding. Is this Johnny what act? I have no idea. Is that what happened to Giro's steel balls? Is that why he can't throw them if he tries to use the spin? But what is it? What ability lets things slide in that way? Shit, there's no time, she's coming back again. Johnny and Giro both tensed up, bracing themselves for impact. This time, Johnny didn't even attempt to fire at the woman. As she passed by, Johnny finds himself knocked to his back with a tear from his chest to his shoulder. That's a lot of blood. I'm back. Why is that urgent? I don't know. Ask the developer. Giro hastened to his feet, still wounded from the attacks. Giro, don't leave this spot. What? She's just hitting us over and over. Yes, she is. But only one at us at a time. If you split up, it's possible that she could swing at us both in one of those lunges. You need 2 points to make a line. No matter where we are, that's a single line she could take to strike both of us. I see. But not if you're too close for her to swing twice, right? Then what do? I want to leave it to you, Johnny. What is the solution to this battle? Your steel balls. I can't spin them, but you can roll them? Huh? What is this, bowling? That won't do anything. I know, but do it anyway. Roll a ball towards Kito Hakure. I need to see something. Look, she's about to charge again. I got it. You want me to throw this behind us, don't you? In the same direction she is moving. Yeah, do it now. And get ready for attack. Cover your head. Giro quickly tosses a steel ball back and turns to face the incoming Tri-Maiden. Kito closes in and slams one of Giro's outstretched legs with her staff right on the knee. Ooh, that's really gotta hurt. Right on the knee. Again, a gash is left with it. Giro, look. They both turn around, but they don't look at Kito. Instead, the eye slides onto the steel ball Giro threw. Despite a weak throw, it was still moving. Just like the stone from before, it glided across the surface effortlessly that it did not even turn as it did so. Only a slight roll again, as if to Hero's hand, the ball uncannily slid across the forest floor. Even after Kito stopped, the ball kept moving. That confirms it. I see. Johnny, you're telling me that this ability can make things slide and retain their speed. It's friction. Changing an object's friction. That is the power of my magic, Path of Lies. Ha! I don't like to look down on people, but outside world mages, even if they know what this ability is, they don't know how to defend against it. Do you think you're any different, Johnny? That's what she done to my steel balls when she first passed by us. She must have touched my ball. Yes, when she walked past by us, she must have touched my balls. Yes, and that's why I can't spin my balls anymore. Yep. Alright, Johnny, you've done well. Listen, there's gonna be another strike. I want you to go on the offensive as soon as it happens. Sure, but what can I do? You can't throw your balls, and she can dodge my nail bullets. I'll give you a hint. This enemy has incredible speed. She relies on keeping her maximum speed from the very start of a sprint. That speed being unstoppable, is that really such a bad thing for us? You're trying to say, just do it. She's about to come at us again. As Hiro said, the woman was already beginning her slide. Instead of raising his arm, Johnny brought the front closer to the ground and turned away from Kito slightly. He would be an easy target, but that didn't matter to him. He wasn't someone who was defending anymore. At that moment, Gura acknowledged his realization. Johnny became an attacker. Just before Kito passed them first right, as she was paying the least attention to the road in front of her, Johnny shot a nail bullet. Tusk. But instead of aiming at the enemy itself, he aimed it to the ground in front of Kito's path of movement and slightly to the side. A vortex, a lasting spin transferred from Johnny's nail bullet to the ground, began to grow. The earth around it twisted, imprinting the curve of sod on the forest floor. At the same time, Kito whipped between the two men, drawing a wide cut down Johnny's side. The two men were beginning to become severely injured, but they felt nothing about it. There was simply one of the occurs along this path called the Steel Ball Run Race. Kito Hakuri slides into the newly curved earth, changing her trajectory. She flies outside of the vortex, still had the top speed right into a nearby tree. Can you Joji Chota? Don't speed and fire them as bullet. Go away if only has 10. Giro, get her, already on it. Rushing to his feet, Giro swiftly dashed towards the fallen woman. While he was trained in classical martial arts, she had no issue with simply stomping the shit out of her. Bruh. Quickly rising, Kito receded before Giro could reach her. She jumped towards him, sliding up a tree, getting ready to jump at him in retaliation. Leaping from the tree and pulling back her staff, Kito flies towards Giro and taps across his shoulder to his hip before landing on the man, pinning him to his back. Giro! That was a clever trick, but it won't be working twice. That rotation, it has its limits. Both you and your friend give up already. Hey, lady. Why have you stopped attacking? I'm right in front of you. Huh? Are you stupid? Just drop out. You don't need to fight to the death about this race. Lady, I don't know why you're here. Are you trying to tell me you don't think anyone should die here? Do you approach us without even something important enough for you to kill or die for? Do you just want to play fight? In a way, I'm more offended than I have been until now when everyone was earnestly trying to kill us. What? I'm telling you, you don't have to die here. Do you keep aiming for me because you thought I was a stronger one? Maybe once you saw that I could walk, you thought I was the more important target. But no matter what you did, you have been defeated by him if that was your idea of this fight from the start. Guys, is this as bad as freaking Raymond Goes to Egypt? Still pinned to the ground, Giro turns his head towards Johnny, incurious with Kito follow. On his right hand, two of his fingers are spinning in preparation to fire. His left index finger and his left pinky. He stared deeply and wordlessly in the direction of Giro and Kito, but he does not stare at them. He's looking for a specific point, a very specific location that will let him achieve what he desires from this shot. Not too close to Kito so that he would feel need to dodge. Not too low to the ground so that Giro isn't hurt. Not too far so that the effect will speak. just behind her back. He does not care that Kito has been made aware of his preparation. No, the opposite. He thanks Gira for her attention. This attack is designed to catch someone confident like her. The more she is aware of it, the more she will be skeptical to it. Still, with unchanging expression, his two-shot fire has aim. Yes, they fire behind Kito. Their path doesn't intersect with a person, the ground, or even a tree. These two nails are on a collision course with each other. With a very slight inward turn angle, they collide right behind Kito's back and begin to form a vortex. A vortex not on the surface but floating in the air. A whipping, destroying black hole that begins to tear at Kito Hakure. As she realizes that she's finally been trapped, that isn't something she can fly away from. She thinks of how ridiculous it is all, how unfair it is. She considers everything that can happen to bring her out to this country, to this race. What is going on? Miss Beatrix says Remus goes to Egypt. 3 months before the steel ball run race, a certain important thing was led astray. Why are we going to a backstory? Not what it. Oh my god. In a small valley country on a small eastern island, a shrine maiden plans to make changes to the world. She led an initiative called the Human Expansion Project, with the cooperation of the Tengu in that country. It aimed to integrate their society, strengthening and giving freedom to both species. Such was how she saw it. Okay, now it's Touhou. Good afternoon, Kito. I would like to have a talk with you. Oh, for Christ's sake, what do you want? How rude. I'm going out of my way for this, you know. It's just a bit of light scolding, so endure it if you will. I know what you want. You have some issue with the Human Expansion Project, don't you? Yes, that's correct. You mustn't neglect your duty as a Hakuri Shrine Maiden. You know I will arrive and still continue with it? How is it that humans are both so forward-thinking and so short-sighted? Looking down on us like that. That's why the humans are sick of the rules. That village just isn't enough. Everyone is alright with this. Why do you have to intervene, Kito? You need to understand how important Gensokyo is, how important your role is. It's more than a sanctuary, and what's you have is more than just a job. You are the skill that balances human and yokai. Do not lose your judgment at the first sight of something new. You don't know the first thing about what's it like to live here, yokai. Can I even call you that much? I think I have more in common with your average Tengu than you do at this point. You aren't part of any group at all. You don't have anyone you want to protect or see prosper. She was led astray. The Hakure in her was led astray by the Kito in her. You do well to remember this. Left her daughter in country in order to tackle the steel ball racer. Why? What is going on? I am so confused. If I may, Kito, I will speak plainly. I have Gensokyo's best intention at heart. I believe you can at least appreciate my effort in forming the barrier. I hope that you reconsider my words, but it is ultimately your decision to make. That yokai, Yukari Yakumo. She showed up a few more times after that to try and convince me otherwise. She was always so composed, but even I could tell she was getting desperate. In our final argument, she simply stared at me. It might have been my imagination, but before she wordlessly disappeared, I think I saw a single tear in her eye. The next day, she showed up, formal as usual. She said that if I was really going to go through with this, I would need to speak the language of the Tengu. I needed capital. It's true that I had some reservation about working with them, and their cultural status and wealth was one of them. With enough money, I could buy certain humans into power. She told me a great competition across the ocean. I would leave the safety of the new Great Barrier open amongst the people outside world, but it would be worth it. So she needed money. So she took part in the race. Yukari Yakumo would oversee my extended stay outside, in case I needed to be brought back home for anything important. And I would collect the equivalent of 100 million yen. Without contact law, it's really complicated. Yeah, precisely. It's not the battle that's complicated. It's like, if you don't have context, I don't get it. Because one thing is not fully Touhou, it's JoJo, and I don't read/watch JoJo. Kito, what is it? Before we depart from this, I must make 2 changes to you. Is that acceptable? Not at all. What sort of changes? 1. To preserve the sanctity of the Hakuri power. Outside world is largely affected of magic as we know it. You will be incapable of using generic magic, and your ability as a Hakuri Shrine Maiden may degrade. Thus, I would like to reshape it in a form that outside world accepts. Yeah? What is that like? Certain mages in the outside world with no ambient source of magic draw directly from their souls as a mana source. This makes their magic dangerous to use. Disruption capable of even physically harming the mage. However, it ensures that their magic will always be able to persist as long as they are alive. That makes sense to me. Do it. Change my ability. Before you do anything else though, I need your word. Aoi will be safe. She will. You will no doubt good training for her protecting the shrine on her own. She will one day take over the work, you know. I know. She's strong too. I just hate to be so far away. Whatever, it'll work out. Anyway, do you really have to make a second change to me? That's already quite a lot. Oh, I suppose I don't really have to. How's your English, Kito? What? Language? In that country, English is spoken. Bruh. Hi, Flower Heart. Sure, whatever. Don't forget to fix me later. Of course. I'll modify your boundary of Blade and Hill and boundary of East and West. Now then, to the beautiful beaches of San Diego, California. Where is this going? First, we must find a boat. Are you... Oh, words are different. Anyway, what? Just take me across the ocean yourself. You need to become acquainted with the outside world culture, don't you? Wouldn't you? A long ride will do you well. She wouldn't even bring me out the barrier herself. I had to set up a whole ritual just to pass through. I think as my translator for good God, for my own goddamn language. Yukari Yakumo got us on a ship headed for North America. I tried talking to people on the boat, which is where I actually learned what sort of competition this was. Kind old man told me it was horse racing. But where was Reimu's ship? Reimu wasn't on a horse. Lucky me, I was never that great at flying, so I guess I've always gotten around Kensuke by riding, unless I absolutely had to fly. After learning that, I was able to get Yukari Yakumo to at least bring my horse here with her ability once I yelled at her enough. Wait, Reimu had a horse? Wasn't she riding Genji? Was she riding a turtle? It was a long ride, but I didn't mind. Talking to the outside was interesting. Starting to mess around with my new ability on the boat, and nobody seems to notice. It made sense that there wouldn't be that many mages in the outside world. And even amongst them, I should be the strongest. I live with magic my whole life. My ability to manipulate friction. Huh. Reimu's ability is just to fly. It's not ability to manipulate friction. The second to nature to me and my horse. Because of that, I couldn't help think that this race was nothing but guaranteed to end in my victory. I would have stood out if I brazenly used my ability to speed to the finish. So I stood back and picked out races comfortably. None of them stood a chance, even out of the few mages I met. The magic out here seems to be bound by conditions. Since Yukari Yakumo's meddling, even I could only apply my ability by touch. I thought I would go and start getting some of the top ranking racers to drop out, so I picked this fair. But what the hell is this? That rotation. That boy is summoning it with his magic. But I can tell, it isn't magic itself. The boy is using it with magic, and the idiot was trying to use it with the technology, that steel ball. It's something like universal constant. Something that didn't come to existence with magic or technology, but can be used by both. A force like gravity or an existence like light. That's what that rotation is. What the hell? Yukari Yakumo didn't. She... Damn it. What is going on? Those are just small stuff roof horse, bruh. Armored horse. Black hole tears at Kito's Takure's back, shredding her clothes and clawing at her hair. She tried to get close to the ground, but Giro's in the way. She tried to buck her off, but her friction enhanced grip isn't letting out. Instead, she just starts punching her. Bruh, that's pretty violent. She can do nothing but accept it, with her hands taken by her grip on him, desperate to stay even slightly further away from the vortex as he whips the skin from her back. Gah. Gah. After a few moments, the vortex dissipates, and is rotation naturally fading. Kito's back has been flayed. She's breathing profusely and still injured from her fall before. Giro easily pushed her off him with no resistance. Kito is bleeding all over and will take any excuse to give up the fight. Giro's legs has taken some damage from Johnny's vortex, but not enough to stop him from standing. But Johnny, great workout there. Giro, are you alright? That technique. I'm sorry, I know it was dangerous. You did it perfectly. I didn't know what you were going to do, but I know it will work. Something about it is so wrong, Kiro. Earlier you told me that animals in the race should be fair. You were right. That woman we just fought and myself. I don't think anyone else in this race is traveling in a team. It's just you and me. So why? How are you able to look my way as I shoot towards you with a smile on your face? I wonder. That thing said, I stand by it entirely. How mysterious. I don't feel fear at all right now, Johnny. For some reason, if it's you, I can't bring myself to be worried. Is that not enough for you? Is all the answer I have? No, that's enough. That's all I wanted to know. I'm relieved you feel that way. Thank you, Hero. I'm glad. Should we keep moving? You're right before me. We've been stopped for too long. Yeah. Good work, Johnny. The two men rode onwards. They will continue to ride onwards. They will continue to ride forever to infinity. They will ride deeper. They will ride further. Johnny Joestar and Giro Zeppeli, credible men who left countless in their wake. Let us attend such a wake now. A few minutes later, after those men rode off, by the side of a tree in the middle of Michigan's forest, a woman lies dying. Kito, Yukari Yakumo, you bitch. You planned all of this. Why, hardly. But even if you had won the race, I did not plan to let you back into Gensokyo. You think you're so smart. You can't even keep your own damn shrine maidens in line. And, haha, now I have no choice but to trust you. I don't want to die thinking that Gensokyo is soon to follow. Because the great sage of Gensokyo will save it. She will lead it to greatness. To that end, you don't even mind needless killing, do you? Fuck off. Fuck right off. You understand. I would like to offer you something. A deal with the devil again? If I wanted one, I was about to milk the real thing. Your daughter. Would you like to see her one more time? Pathetic. Were you always this pathetic? Yukari Yakumo. To keep her in line, to keep our in line, you want to show her what's happened to me? Of course Yukai dominate men with fear, and that's how it's always been. That's not show her to me and leave. Very well. The gap Yokai disappears. Just a few moments, Kito be met with her daughter for the last time. It wouldn't be possible for her to travel through the gap. She knows that. No matter how much of a show Yukari Yakumon puts on, she will not change her decision now. Still, Kito brings out her stand, Path of Lies. She will use her ability. She is capable of easing friction. In a matter of moments, blood falls from her clothes, unable to grip on. At the same time, the flow in her exposed vein coagulates. She does not bleed, but she feels the pain all the same. She looks to only have light scratches, but in the moments away from complete collapse, that is fine. All she needs is to look good for her daughter. A gap opens before her, filling with this crimson forest with light day, the light of Hakure. Hito sees her daughter before her and speaks. I don't know what she said. I don't know how she said it. That much doesn't have to be seen. But I know as the cat closes, tears streaming down her face, she allows herself to slump back in front of that tree. I won't let you use me this time, Yukari Yakumo. I win this one. Not expecting a response, she stepped forward into the vast forest. Slowly, her gaze shifts outwards. She wonders if another Hakure has seen the sky of this country. If another human from Gensokyo will ever be able to be so free as to do so. She wishes she could have flown over this place just as she sometimes flew over her home country. But without magic, gravity. Gravity. Just a saw friction too, isn't it? Kito Hakure eased herself from the weight of the world and lift off into the sky. She shines golden in the sunset as she rises. I shut the book. I slam it shut. I pick it up and throw it onto the ground. The complete record book is still open. For a while, I was slipping through it and Hakure record version to compare. Because I could work harder, I could be a better shrine maiden. But what the hell is a better shrine maiden? Kito. My great grandmother was killed for this. Yukari, I know you're listening. I know you can tell I read this book. I pick it up and wave it around in the air. What is wrong with you? You knew one of us would find this. You printed it. But nobody came. Compared to Kito, I think I already am the better shrine maiden. I can tell. I hate that I can tell. That human expansion project would have led to a great disaster. We have the highest authority, so if a Hakuri wanted something like that to pass, no matter the consequences, it eventually would. But that doesn't matter. Something like this, something about this, it's all wrong. Reimu? Reimu, are you okay? Did something happen? I won't step into the shed. I didn't mean to worry her. I'm fine. I just read something awful. Oh, do you want something to cheer you up? I just bought some treats from the village. Maybe later. I know we don't have any of them so far, but is it alright if I establish a rule for the shrine? Sure. I'll do my best. Don't let the gap yokai do anything weird. That's it. If Yukari ever tries to talk to you, or you see any evidence of her sneaking around, tell me immediately. If I'm not there, tell Marissa. Then I don't know, anyone you can find. And tell them not to go along with her, even if it would be the right thing to do. What I just read, Aun, this book. Okay, what is it? What's that book? Never mind, whatever. That's a real new rule though. Rule 2, don't tell Marissa about the things in this shed. You should know such a fancy looking book was here. Got it. I'll join you for the treats later. Thanks for picking them up. Okay. She was always so chipper. I'm glad I got to see her just then. But this all really bugs me. Should I go to the Tengu with this and try to expose Yukari? No, she wouldn't care. Hell. I bet most of the Tengu lived through the idea of the human inspection program. I don't want to bring it up. It's all just so frustrating. Maybe I should leave. I should go outside and not come back. I don't have any children. What's Yukari gonna do about that? Like a kid running away from home. Those books. I'll finish them later. The spin thing seems interesting. And I should probably see what happens to those two men that fought Kito. Yukari thought enough of them. She kept writing long after her job there was completed, I guess. Yukari, why did you create this country? Locking us off in this valley so yokai can survive. Do you really care about yokai? Do you care at all about humans? Can secure the land of fantasy. Why? Game shuts off by itself. Hello? Excuse me? That's the end? That's the end. Huh? There was something that... Huh? Yeah, guys, game, weird, sure, huh, I don't even know what to do. Anyway, okay, there's one more light novel left. I think this is the one that Icing say that my eye is gonna hurt because of the font? I think it's the one that Icing say that my eye is gonna hurt because of the font. I hope it's by Ren P, so I can like auto read it. It's a web browser only though, so I don't know if there's audio. No audio? Okay, that's audio. I think was this the one that had like horrible text, horrible font? That the font is like really hard to read. You can see it. Oh, is that the font? The start? I'm so lazy to do this. Let me do this. Okay. Let me unmute. Okay, so I'm muted. Audio. Okay, there's audio. Let me see if I can reduce it. Oh my god, the font is cursive. Why? Can I really give this letter myself? There's no voice enabled. No, it's not by Renpy. Last night I was certain that it would melt Marissa's heart and have her soon before me. An eloquent testament to not only my own feelings but the very concept of love itself. Any girl would be swept off her feet by such a letter. Oh, I'm gonna go. Oh, and yet, And yet the letter from last night is nowhere to be found. I woke up this morning to reread and my masterpiece was gone, replaced by a deranged lovesick brand that could only inspire pity and best. Well, perhaps I was just overthinking. I was so sure what I wrote last night. I must just be getting nervous now that I'm about to drop it in her mailbox. Yes, I'm sure if I give it another read, if I find that it's not so bad and I'm simply letting my nose run away from me. Dear Marissa, you're the most wonderful girl in Gensokyo. Your smile takes my breath away every time I catch a glimpse of it. Your laugh is infectious. Even if something as simple as the tomboyish way you speak melts my heart. So what is Specially wearing? Oh, she's wearing her inner blouse without the coat. Coat? What do you call it, coat? Even a cold, gloomy girl like myself is powerless before your rays of sunshine. You could say that I've already been spellbound by you before our game of Damaku has even begun. Pajamas, yeah, her pajamas. My heart leaves every time you come to my library and steal my books. If it were any other girl, I would have already killed them, bruh. That is really... But for you, I would burn every single book in my library. No, she wouldn't, would she? Would you go at me? Your truly passionate knowledge. There's no way I could give her this. She would definitely reject me. Worse, does she even want to be seen near me after receiving such a creepy letter? No, it would be even worse than that. She would show it to everyone I know and they would all laugh at me behind my back. My reputation is already bad as it is right now. Just the other day, I overheard the maids gossiping about me, laughing and calling me the third vampire of the mansion, just because I prefer to stay indoors. If my own servers are making fun of me, then surely the outsiders have even worse things to say. In fact, I doubt that Marissa herself think particularly highly of me to begin with. Now that I think about it, the quality of this letter isn't even the issue here. The issue is simply that someone as radiant as Marissa would never give a chance to a girl with my reputation as cold, depressing Shaden. Strangely enough, I can read it pretty well. Like, even if it's cursive, it's consistent. Yeah, the font is consistent. Like, every alphabet is different from each other that I can easily decipher what word it is. It's just straining to the eye, I guess. My charms have been buried under a mountain of slander. The letter burns in a flash with a snap of my fingers, and I scatter the ash over Marissa's lawn? Lavon? My ectoplasm could never. A fitting resting place for his remains. Why is Marissa so short? Actually, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. This is stakeout. You were gonna jump out and fry me once I got home. I don't mind if you take back the book, but for the love of Gensuke, spare my house. That's not what I was planning. Then what did you creep out of your library for? Just to say hi? Marissa looks down at me like an officer interrogating some sort of miscreant. A horrible lump has wedged itself in my throat and I'm overcome by a burning sense of embarrassment. I should have never fallen in love. The only chance I would ever had to be with Marissa is as if she used master spell on me and my ashes scattered next to her house. That is pretty weird way of saying. This is a very little background. Yeah, at least the background is black so you can easily see the text. It's not like transparent or something. Enters art. Even so, I have something to say now. It doesn't matter what. I just have something to clear this matter up. Well, I got it. I just need to tell her that I came to invite her to study magic with me. That's normal, right? There's nothing abnormal about inviting a fellow magician to my library to study magic with me, right? Wait, is that really okay? Would Marissa say yes to that? She would say yes to any other magician, but would she really be okay spending time with someone like me? Why did she fall on it? She's gonna be here soon. Kokuma, where are the tea and biscuit? We have a very important guest arriving soon. Kokuma footsteps quicken, clip popping down the hall, and she calls out to me from the far end of the library. Wow! I only just got a start on dusting. What am I supposed to finish first? I'll do the dusting myself. Just prepare the tea and biscuit and make sure they are all finest. Understood, ma'am. I should have chosen a different place to meet Marissa. I let Kokuma slack off on her cleaning duties for far too long. Beams of sunlight peek through my windows and highlight swarms of dust hanging from in the air for everyone to see. My book, oh my god, the bookshelves has like so hard to read. My bookshelves are covered in layers so thick that I can hardly tell what color the wood is supposed to be. Oh my god, that's like my old house. When like my black cupboard, the top of my black cupboard was like gray. Because there was a layer of dust. Because my old house was so hard to clean. All I see is all I pick up a nearby cloth and wipe down the side of one of my many bookshelves, carving a trail through the thick layer of dust. But with this many bookshelves, there's no way I'll have this place tidy for Marissa, I guess. Plus, she thinks I'm the kind of girl who's happy to live in filth. It's not my fault that Kokoma doesn't do her job. Oh, if only time-stopping maid would help. But I never asked for her anything before now. She'll get suspicious if I was suddenly to ask her to clean the library when I allowed the dust to keep me company for so long. I simply can't have the wild rumors about Marissa and I flying around. The cursive, yes, the cursive May. Marissa leaps down from the window, kicking up the awful dust cloud as she lands. Good afternoon. It's not as if she hasn't seen the state of my library before, but this is different. Apologies for the mess. The mist has been slacking. I don't care. My oven? My own place has so much of this and that clutter on the floor that it's hard to sit down. Phew, I suppose I overestimate her own cleanliness. Then again, should I have guessed she will be a little messy. It's not as if her house has much space to store all the books she has taken. You said there'll be free biscuits. Where are they? Kokoma's finally arriving with a tray of biscuits and tea. As she set it down, she gives me a quiz look, as if to say, Miss Peshley, why have you invited this stranger into our house? I simply respond by nodding my head and signaling to her that Marissa is visiting us as an esteemed guest rather than a home invader as usual. By the way, Marissa, you don't have to use that window. I told Mailing to let you in. All habits die hard. Marissa blushes and my heart skips a beat. I wonder if she has any idea just how much power a simple expression has over me. Damn. Is this why she's sick? No, guys, she has her own filter. Did you know if you breathe more dust, you become more resistant to dust? Maybe? I don't know. Hold on, let me hydrate. No, I say no, just clean your room. A little dust is fine, not a whole dust cloud. I suppose it's faster anyway. Marissa takes a biscuit from the tray and delicately places it in her mouth. She takes a bite and my heart skips another beat as her face lights up in delight. Okay, maybe actually is slightly concerning. Can't eat this every day. Mind if I take a few home? I doubt you will listen even though I told you no. Please feel free to take the whole tray back if you just steal the whole table. Heck, just steal the whole kitchen. Perhaps I owe Kokoma a raise. So good, so good. I suddenly raised my teacup to my lips, looking over the rim of the cup to watch Marissa eagerly devour her biscuit. So you wanted to discuss magic, right? Yes, I think we could learn a lot from each other. I spent my life studying the Eastern School of Magic, which you focus your study on the Western School. You could say we are polar opposites. Yeah, yes, because actually it does use like the 7 elements. Like, and the 7 elements is more Eastern, like a Chinese. It follows like the Chinese. It follows like Chinese elements, if I remember correctly, because gold, if I remember correctly, I think gold is considered like a magic element in like Chinese folklore or something. It's like wood, wind, gold, earth, fire, water. Wait, hold on. I can't remember. Wait. Fire, wind, water, wood, gold, sun, moon. Yeah, 7. The 7 elements. Hold on a minute. How do you know what I studied? I thought you were paid to be prepared after our encounter in this Scarlet Mist incident. Yeah, fire, wood, yeah, sun and moon, yeah. I think it follows Chinese folklore in terms of like magic elements, if I remember correctly. Cause can't blame ya. In any case, do you have any particular Western grimoires that you would recommend? It's hard for me to say. Oh? I actually pick up most of my magic by watching magicians that look cool. Of course, I still use grimoires too, but nothing beats seeing it in action. Is that so? And that's why she stole Master Spark from Yuka. The blush on Marisa's face deepens, turns bright pink, and she glances away from me. Yeah, in fact, I actually copied one of your spells after our fight. Wait, which spell? You just said the exact same thing Western magic and especially Eastern magic. I thought it's pretty well known though. Pretty sure it was like pretty well known. Really now? You like it enough to copy it? Hey, I wouldn't say copy it, more like expanded on it. Or something. I think she copied Stardust Reverie. Oh right, non-directional laser. Non-directional laser is Specialist white card. So technically she's not copying a spell card. Because Specialist one wasn't a spell card. Specialist one was a white card. It was like before the spell card, so that's not copying a spell card. That's taking someone else's Damaku and making it into a spell card. Aha! I see. In any case, I'm surprised to hear that you can copy a spell just by observing it. It's actually a hassle, you know. It's easier if I could just study everything in a cozy room like you. I have to go outside and find someone to watch. You think so? I'm honestly impressed. It sounds like a much faster learning process. Well, I don't mind if you put it that way. In any case, feel free to come to my library anytime you wish to borrow a grimoire from me. Seriously, you're just gonna let me wander about anytime I want? Marisa jaws hang open in shock and my stomach lurches a little. Is it really so strange that I would allow someone else to visit me in my library? If we're going to learn from each other, it's only natural that I'll let you access my resources, right? Actually default. In fact, why don't we set up an ongoing exchange of magic? We should meet up every day. It's a date every day? And you're gonna give me full access to the library and there ain't no strings attached. Just try to return the books in a timely manner. Deal, but can't make any guarantees about returning the books on time. There goes her library, guys. Marisa gets off a chair and strolls between the rows of bookshelves, moving through the unorganized piles of books littered on the floor. I followed behind her, watching over her shoulder and taking note of her choices. Hey Ashley, what do you do for fun besides reading books all day? What makes you ask that? Just a little curious. Gensokyo has been relatively peaceful lately and I've gotten bored of borrowing things without permission. Well, darn it, why did she have to ask me that? Of course I don't do anything but read books. I'm one of the smartest magicians to ever live, a living library full of knowledge. Hold on. But I can't tell her that or she'll think I'm just a recluse who does nothing but read books all day. But she does nothing but read books all day. And technically it's true, but there's nothing wrong with it. I learn faster from books than I do from going outside, that's all. Of course you may not see it that way. I'm certain that her opinion of me must have been distorted by all sorts of nasty rumors. I doubt she could understand just how important my reading is to me. Or could she? Maybe it's fine. She reads too, doesn't she? What do I say? Should I make up some cool hobby to make myself sound interesting? I'll tell her the truth. If I say I play sports or something, she probably won't believe it anyway. To be honest, I mostly just read fiction by myself. Actually nervous. I did try setting up a book club once in my other resident dimension, but now then could understand my sophisticated taste in literature. I'm not in the mood for anything sophisticated. Got anything a little more... What's this word? Low? Wait guys, what's this word? A little more... Lowbrow? Any more lowbrow to recommend? Crime novel and stuff like that, you know? I cover my mouth with my hand and I breathe a small sigh of relief to myself. How many books do you want? I don't know, just give me the patchouli reading list or something. Wait there. Love Brutal. If you squeeze out a number. I leave Marisa and scurry around the library, making a stack of my favorite books. A stack full of books that, while perhaps not recognized by wider literary world, I would personally consider it to be classics. I return to Marisa with a stack and gently place it on the table. The stack is so tall that her eyes barely peer over the top of it while she's sitting down. Sorry, it was a little difficult to choose just one or two books. I'm used to it, that's the spirit. Marisa looked up and out the window. The sun was slowly setting outside. It'll be dark, soon dark. Will you need a bag for the books? Nah, I always carry one with me. You'll never know what sort of interesting knickknacks you're fun about out and about. Thanks for the biscuit. I'll be off now. Where do you want to meet tomorrow? I didn't have any plans for tomorrow, did you? You didn't have any plans for tomorrow, did you? I don't want to interrupt. I was just gonna go mushroom picking in a marsh forest of magic. Do you mind if I go with you? I need certain ingredients for spell. While isn't it true that I consider the outside world to be a secondary concern to my library, it's also true that I wanted to enjoy the sights of the great outdoors. Of course, up till now, I never exactly had anyone to go with. Sure, I'll be there around 8 in the morning. I'll see you then. See ya. And with that, Marissa backs her book, ties it to her broom and flies off out the window. Oh my god, this is story is actually wrong. The cursor is wearing you down. Yes, slightly. Hold on, let me check how long is this one too. Oh, it's not that long. You're more than halfway through, okay. I arrived at the entrance of the Forest of Magic exactly 8 o'clock. Marissa isn't here yet. But I suppose that's fine, since technically it doesn't specify 8 on her dawn, so I lean against a tree, wait for her while reading a pocket-sized grimoire I brought with me. I find the cool air of the forest surprisingly refreshing. I spent so long cooped out in my library that I almost forgotten how good it feels to breathe in the air that wasn't swarming with dust. That's not my room. My room is full of dust. I read exactly one page of my grimoire before checking my pocket watch I borrowed from the headmaid. 1 minute has passed. I return to my reading, although I don't absorb much information and find myself irritatedly tapping my finger against the tree bark. I check the pocket watch again. 15 minutes has passed. Did she stand me up, bruh? No, I see. Is Marissa messing with me? Did she stand me up as some sort of prank? Or was she simply distracted by something else on her way here? If she didn't arrive, she's too late. I won't forgive her so easily. Yo, Patchley. Marissa, sorry I'm late. I was all night reading one of the books you gave to me. Give me one of the books I lent you. Marissa yawns and stretches her arms out. Somehow, even the way she yawns is cute, and I cannot help but immediately forgive her. Bruh, this is concerning. Which book was it? Did you like it? I forgot the title, but it was the murder mystery story about the witch who killed a bunch of people on an island, slowly picking them off one by one. It was great. I'm glad you liked that one. How long did it take you to work out the tricks behind the murders? I didn't figure out a single one. Not even the one with the tiny bombs? Nah, not even the tiny bombs. You mind explaining them? Marissa and I walked into the forest discussing the normal as we walk Occasionally, Marissa turns her head to look at some mushroom or an animal that happened to catch her interest. But our walk goes onwards and onwards, closer to a height than a casual stroll in the woods. The terrible dizziness started to take hold of me. My legs itch with a tingling pain, my breath runs short, and I feel my heart begin to race, and not the way it usually does when I see Marissa. Curses, it's my enemy. Acting up again. I know my condition isn't great, but I thought I could at least go walking without any problems. Are you alright there, Freshy? I'm fine. I can't let myself slow Marissa down. Imagine what she'd think of me if I collapse here, that I'm afraid I'll go who can't support us outside our library, or perhaps even that I'm simply too lazy to even attempt to exercise. You sure about that? I'm completely fine. If you say so. Marissa and I continue to walk through the forest. I raise my hand to cover my mouth and hide my ragged breath from Patchley, but it only gets worse and worse. How much further do you have to go? We're just here to get a mushroom, right? I'm looking for a very special mushroom today. It only grows deep within the forest. You ain't getting tired, are you? Not at all. I remember that I have an appointment this afternoon with the mates to discuss the dust. My house could use a good dusting. Can I borrow them? I'll trade you some good books I found. And just where exactly did you find these books? A certain library. Not to answer your question, we only got an hour to go. There's no way I'll survive another hour walking. In fact, at this point I don't know if I can even survive walking back to the entrance. And yet Marissa marches onwards. I have no choice but to follow her. Why does this forest have to be so thick? I could easily fly through if the trees weren't so low to the ground. I can't keep walking, but I can't tell her that. This leaves me just one odd choice. I had to break my ankle on purpose. Oh my god, that is so extreme. Then I can pretend I tripped and fell over a branch or something. After that, I'll tell her I can't go on anymore and fly back to the mansion. That sort of accident that could happen to anyone. There's no way she'd judge me if I simply got unlucky on a trip. Of course, I'll be very painful, but it's worth it. No, I should tell her the truth. If I want to be with her, even just as friends, then she should know. Not as if I can just keep breaking my ankle every time she wants to go on a walk. No, Icing, don't break your ankle if you don't want to walk with your date. That is so... What, you're gonna break a hammer? And like every time it's like, oh my god, my date is walking too much. I'm just gonna take my hammer from my bag and smash my ankle. This is a toxic relationship. Hey Marissa, what's up? I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore. Thought so. My enemy, I thought I could take a walk through the forest, but I don't think I can go on. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have even agreed to this. Marissa scratched the back of her head and sighed to herself. Man, shouldn't have even asked you to come along. My head doesn't know that. I was right. It's over for me. Oh well, the mushroom can wait. I still have enough energy to fly back to the mansion. Go pick it up without me. Huh, really now? Of course I can. I focus my natural energy and channel it through my body, pushing it against gravity and slowly hover above the forest floor. See, I'm totally fine to fly on my own. I'm completely fine. Not found? What do you mean not found? Guys, she's not found. I hit the ground and smacked my head against a tree. The sharp ringing pierces through my ears and a dull thud pain shoot through my head. I couldn't have dropped more than a meter, but it feels I was just hit by a frying pan. Jeez, quit trying to act cool. Marissa snapped her fingers, summoning her broomstick in a flash, before placing it between her legs. I'm not just gonna leave a helpless girl alone in the woods. Get on, we're going home. Are you irritated with me? Marissa turns around and smiles at me, and somehow the trembling, thumping pain in my head disappears in an instant. I'll have a heart attack if you say something like that again. Being this close to her is almost like a dream. Marissa lands in front of a house and takes me inside. They're gonna do it, guys! Thanks for the flight. Sorry about the mess. Trying to step around the clutter. House is filled to the brim with books, knickknacks, and other treasures. Various items from the human world are scattered around her room, with items of lower value placed on the floor and items of higher value resting on top of the table. One of them sticks out of my vision. A black book placed carefully on top of her shelf. One of a few items not surrounded by junk. The grimoire on your shelf is from my library, isn't it? I ain't done reading it yet. You're racking up quite a late fee. Make sure you return it soon. Marissa chuckles to herself. I stand on my toes and pick up the grimoire off the shelf, mastering the Chinese element. So it is right. So I was right. This is the Chinese elements. As I advance grimoire of Eastern magic, how nostalgic. I read this at least 10 times when I began my journey as a magician. To this day, I can recite the whole thing from memory. The majority of my spell cards have been developed from spell found in this grimoire. You might say it's the foundation of my magic. I didn't know you're already studying instant magic. Have you learned much? To be honest with you, I didn't get a damn thing out of it. I just kept on getting confused whenever I sat down to read the thing. Really, a magician of your caliber shouldn't have any trouble understanding this concept. I told you before, I gotta see it for myself before I can do it. Oh, shall I give you a demonstration? Can it wait until we're outside my house? Can use the maid quarters back at the mansion. Marissa chuckled to herself and then seemed to quieten. She glanced away from me and to her hair braid. Hey Patchy, why are you doing this? You're a century-old magician with an entire library of knowledge in her head, and I'm just a regular human with some cheap tricks. What are you spending all this time with me for? I forgot Patchy is like 100 years old. Oh my god, it's grandma and kid. Is this a newer version? I don't remember this thing. I mean it's on the browser, so I guess? Oh my god, the tag age difference. She really confessed herself to me that way? Really? I could have never guessed that Marissa had this side to her, hiding underneath that cool and confident exterior. Marissa, the truth is, it doesn't matter. I just like her the way she is, and that's all. I can say that, can't I? Truth is, I just like you. I admired you for a very long time. Huh? The smile always takes my breath away every time I say it. Just hearing you talk melts my heart. You're like a ray of sunshine to me. Hearing this from me might be a little strange. You probably thought I was just a cool girl who likes sitting in the dark and reading, but I always like you, Marissa. I even look forward to your raids on my library. Oh, gee, Marissa looks around the room as if she was checking to make sure no one was watching us. Listen up, cause I'm only gonna admit this once. I only stole those books to get a chance to see you. Stockholm Syndrome. Kinda. You mean, yeah, I always liked you too, Patchy. I'm so happy to hear that. I didn't even know how to describe it. Marissa smiles at me even more brightly than ever before. A radiant smile that could melt the heart even of this scoldless girl. A smile meant only for me. Marissa, oh my god, that is really fast. Marissa, my girlfriend, casts a fishing line on into the lake. I sit beside her, studying a guide to cooking fish, occasionally looking up from my boat to catch a glimpse of a smile whenever she gets a nibble. Hey Patchy, check this out. Marissa casts out a catfish to me with a huge grin on her face. Just take a look at the whisker and wrinkles on this fella. He looks like he's 100 years old. Marissa opens and closes the fish mouth, playing it like a puppet. Don't play with the catfish. Damn gags already. Poor thing, imagine living for 100 years old only to wind up on the wrong side of our grill. Hey Patchy, how old are you anyway? I don't remember the exact day I was born. I'm about 100 years old, more or less. Oh my god, it is the tag age difference. If anyone but Marissa asked me that, I would have incinerated them. What do you mean? What? Yeah, dude. What? Yeah, even do with 100 years. I think I'm running out of things to do by 70. A lot of reading. What are you gonna do with the next 100 years? I like to spend them by your side. Marissa's face turns bright pink and she turns away from me. Are we not gonna talk about the catfish? Are we not? Is that the end? Is that the end? No, we will never know what happened to the catfish. Catfish, no. Bruh, catfish gone. That's pretty abrupt though. I mean, the story is pretty cute, but that's pretty abrupt ending, I guess. Or I guess the catfishing could be like a epilogue, and the scene probably end before the girlfriend. Like the story actually end before the girlfriend scene, and the girlfriend scene is probably like an epilogue. God, that shut up me. Okay, let me go here. Let me close this. Okay, we're gonna end here for today, guys. Because the last game, I'm gonna put what? My clock's broken again. Okay, because the last game is gonna take 6 hours, so I'm gonna dedicate Nitori Pro Dungeon? Yeah, and I think I'll play the tabletop tomorrow too if I have the time. I want to clear all the VN today and leave the last 2 long games tomorrow. But tomorrow's stream will probably be a bit late because you know, I have dinner. Wait, you guys don't know, right? Who I'm having dinner with tomorrow? It's the girls and me. How do I say it? I'm gonna hang out with the girls tomorrow, guys. Wait, you guys don't know who I'm having dinner with tomorrow, right? I'm hanging out with the girls tomorrow. The besties. I'm gonna hang out with Rua, Ray, and Yulia. I'm hanging out with the girls tomorrow. And guess what? It's their first time meeting each other. So it'll be very, very interesting. It'll be super, super interesting because all 3 of them has met me before. But all 3 of them has never met each other before. So it'll be the most interesting thing ever. And also we're gonna go sushi. Remember the sushi place me and Rua went to? We're going to the exact same place. So I'm gonna order more fish. Gonna order more fish. And then Dredge on Friday got changed. I'm gonna play golf with... Who are they again? Oh yeah, Candice and Nim. So Dredge will be pushed to next week, guys, unfortunately. Yeah, because it's the golf stream was supposed to be last Thursday, but Nim needed a break last Thursday. So it today we decided that it's gonna be on Friday, unfortunately. So Dredge will be pushed one more week. Again. I hate it. Okay, anyway. I am going to end here today because I didn't want to say it at the start of the stream, but I have only been sleeping 3 hours for the past few days, so I for once want to sleep early. I've been knocking out in lunchtime. I haven't been eating lunch the past 3 days at work. I've been sleeping at lunch break, and normally when I sleep in lunch break, I don't really sleep. Like, you know, you close your eye but you just rest. But the last few days when I slept during lunch break, I feel like it's sleep paralysis. Like, I can't force my body to wake up. Like, you're conscious you're sleeping but you can't get up. It's like, and I'm sleeping on the table. So like, it's kind of weird you're having sleep paralysis on the table. So I'm like, maybe I should sleep properly tomorrow. I mean today. I mean tonight. I mean later. Yeah, I need to sleep when I'm still full. So yeah. Ha! That's why I didn't say anything on the start of the stream, because you guys will make noise. Now you guys can make noise, because I'm ending stream, you can't say anything. Sleep that, do that, no. Okay, let's see if we can raid. This is why I wanted to like finish all the Visional today. It was like a lot of reading, and for once my throat isn't dying. Can I make noise tomorrow? What do you mean make noise tomorrow? What do you mean make noise tomorrow? No. Maybe I should ban the word sleep. Can I ban the word sleep? Wait, I can ban the word sleep. Hold on. Let's see. Moderation, right? Moderation. Let's see. Block terms and phrases. Let's see. Search a term to block. Sleep. Add. Rest. Add. Try that now. Because I turn off tits, Euro. It's jam. I want the VOD to be proper. Remember? I don't wanna, you know, get interrupted in vision novel reading. Break. Nap. Anyway, let's find someone to raid. Nope, that's myself. Wait, how about Icing? Freaking Icing's a mod. He can say whatever he wants. Okay, time to unmod Icing. Unmod Icing. Okay, Icing, you're fired. Unmod. Icing's fired. Okay. This is... Wait, that is... Oh, okay, that was an ender too. Wait a minute, how that's not an L, that's an I. That's capital I. Nice try, Euro. Let's try, Euro. I wouldn't fall for that. Okay, who can I raid and run? Okay. Wait, for once I'm ending early, right? Oh my god, I'm ending before 12. So I know who to raid, I know who to raid, I know who to raid. What is she doing? Just chatting? Oh, she is doing just chatting. Why did I ban everyone in chat? Just ban everyone in chat. Okay, we're gonna raid Vez. Vez is just chatting. Sleep is space, but can you fall asleep? For all of you asking to fall asleep, I'll push my sleep by an hour. So that's Icing, Enter, Yorume. So I'll push my sleep by 4 hours. Miss, I'll be sleeping at 3 AM as usual. Mm-hmm. Let's go raid Vez, guys. Damn it, the sound effect is working here. Okay. Isn't that best? That is best, right? Yeah, that's best. Okay. So guys, so tomorrow I'll probably start stream slightly later. Maybe like 10? I don't know what time we'll end dinner. But yeah, we'll do the last 2 games. I'll try to get the tabletop game working, and then we'll play Nitori Pro Dungeon 2, which is probably like take out the whole stream. And then Friday will be not Dredge, it'll be golf with friends, I guess. It'll probably be like more like just chatting with golf with friends. Wait! No, guys, I thought about it. I'll ask them, but they'll probably be okay with it. You guys can join us with golf with friends too. I'll try to make it like a public lobby. So if you guys want to join, you guys can join. Just don't be assholes when playing. You can join if you want. So yeah, you can buy it if you want. I think it should be like cheap by now. But anyway, Otsuros, I'll ask them. They'll probably be okay with it. But yeah, we'll try to make it like open lobby. I'll try to make it open lobby. So yeah, Otsuros guys, thanks for joining for the stream. Oh yeah, Surosodo's gonna sleep. Oh my god, I'm yawning. Congrats for those who have the rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Say hi to Vez. I need to copy my raid message.